Go blue, everybody. I just have one question to the chat. Who's got it better than us?
Nobody. Especially not
Nobody.
fucking little brother, bro. By the
You're
way,
goddamn right.
fuck little brother, bro. Cheers to that. Hail to the victors. What's up? Take that.
Hail to the victors.
Jonathan Smith. Take that.
Michigan Postgame Live, sponsored by the Win Agency, is here with you tonight. Final score of this game, Michigan 24, MSU 17. We're going to break it all down here. John Diadamo and TJ Ronin, both with you for another episode of the show. We do want to ask everybody, of course, as you come in, to hit that like button. It just takes a second. It's free. You might as well. It helps the show. Share this out with a friend. And, of course, hit that subscribe button as we come within, I think we're under 300 now between us and Ohio State at the voice of college football. So the more that you hit that sub button, the closer that we get to catching third base Ryan Day, and that Kenneth Grant, the big fella, can catch up to him. And, of course, send a super chat. Make sure your comment or question gets read on screen. There's two things we'll highlight. We'll highlight member comments, and we'll highlight mostly super chats, because the super chats come pretty fast and furious. We actually already have, TJ, our first two things. So we've already got Wolverine Casual has just joined the leaders. And how about the Wolverine Non-Casual? Because you just joined the leaders in best tier, which is the opposite of casual. Okay, that's the real shit. That you're gonna get the emojis and all of that good stuff for being part of leaders in best tier. Thank you for joining. That means a lot to us. You'll get the badge, emojis, and green name and all of that good stuff. And we'll highlight your name in the ticker as well. And then bringing us down to $92 to go already is Tom Bouchard, YouTube member, with the 5. No sacks, no turnovers. Yeah, there's some real great things to highlight on this game, TJ, and we will in just a second. Thank you, Tom, for that. I do want to, before we get started and jump into everything, I do want to thank the Win Agency. So the Win Agency is our sponsor of every single episode of Michigan Postgame Live. And they want to remind you that health insurance open enrollment begins November 1st and runs through December 15th for a January 1st start date. Win Agency is ready to help you and your family find the right plan for 2025. Whether you're dissatisfied with your current coverage or simply want to explore your options, their team is there to assist. Visit their website at winagency.com or call them at 810-241-3562 for more information. Thanks so much to the Win Agency for being our sponsor every single episode of Postgame Live here. And there it is. All right. Damn, look at this. Woo! Scumbag Steve. Man, look at you. Every episode, man. No longer scumbag. Steve the GOAT with the 5. Yeah. Got work early in the morning, but wanted to pop in for just a quick super chat. Lil brother can't even beat us at our worst. You love to see it. Well, I've seen it. I've seen Rich Rod era, okay, and Brady Hoke era, but I will say that that in the last 9-10 years, this is definitely not our best, and we still beat Michigan State with Jonathan Smith and their new coaching staff. Detective Loki with the 5, 3 in a row, baby. That's right. That's 3 wins against Michigan State in a row. Love that. Detective Loki here with us. Wolverine Non-Casual with the 2 there. Really proud of Davis Warren. Absolutely. Davis did a great job, and we'll talk about Davis's performance. And finally, Beats and Treats, Ice Cream, another YouTube member. Orgy was our best rusher. Hashtag clutch. There it is. TJ, let me go to you here. Initial thoughts of this game, your reactions to the, I'm just going to say it again because it just feels so good. Michigan 24, Michigan State little brother 17.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. So, all right. My initial reaction is this: we should be 7-1. We should be 7-1. Warren is QB1 going forward. Davis Warren is our quarterback going forward. Period. End of discussion. You want to sprinkle in some orgy? Okay. I'll be honest though, a little predictable. Like every time he was in, we knew it was going to happen. We'll see how it goes. We got Oregon next week. We'll see how it goes. We did see some creativity today. What's interesting about the offensive play calling today is there was some creativity and then there was some predictability. That to me, that's an experienced OC as well as potentially an experienced head coach. Something to be mindful of. But at the end of the day, it worked. We got the dub. The run game was limited, and believe it or not, John, the passing game is what led us today. Davis Warren was 13 for 19, 123 yards, and a touchdown. And let me also say there was a few drops. Davis Warren actually played really well today, went through his progressions, was very careful with the ball, did not didn't turn it over, did not do what we saw earlier in the year. He was definitely this is what I was kind of, hoping for out of Davis Warren was somebody who can be a bit, he was a bit above a game manager today. He actually made plays. He didn't just manage the game. He didn't just play it safe. He actually made plays on his own. Like when he could have went, there was a couple plays where he could have threw the under route, but he found the second guy in the progression, made the play, made a bigger play out of it. The defense was a bit leaky today, John, and I'll also say this, we still have a problem tackling. Tackling is still an issue, John. Something we need to figure out. I'm sure I was going to say, I'm sure the boys will figure it out, but at the end of the day, it's like week 8. It's not figured out. It's a problem. They got to figure it the fuck out. But I will say this, spotlight Jay Sean Barham. Dude.
Yes.
Dude.
Dog.
This is the guy. Last 2 weeks, this is the guy we've expected all year. He is now getting comfortable in this defense. Shout out to Jay Sean Barham. Second name to mention, Ernest Hausman.
Yep.
Dog. Bro,
Dog.
both of them are playing. Look at both led the team in tackles. Amir Hall also played well today. The boys played pretty good. The only thing I would like to see, obviously, is cleaner tackling. We had cleaner tackling,
yeah,
and then obviously, and then Tommy Doman is a liability. It's just what it is. I mean, he's just unfortunately, and what's really frustrating to me is he was better in high school than he is now. JB Brown is to blame. He's the special teams coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, he's letting the number one kick. So for those who don't know, Tommy Doman was the number one kicker coming out of high school in both field goal kicking and punting. This kid was considered elite, like obviously elite. He was considered a 5-star prospect, number one kicker by Coles. Coles does this kicking ranking. Michigan has, in my opinion, let him down, and I do blame the core. I believe if Jay Harbaugh was here, who was our previous coordinator, I think he would be flourishing. I think there's an issue here, in my opinion. And I know we got a lot to celebrate. I mean, there's some good here. There's some good.
Yes.
Obviously not perfect, but in my opinion, JB Brown is on that list of coaches who need to be replaced.
Yeah.
But outside of that, John, I mean, look, the boys got it done. Great victory. Fuck little brother. Take that. Enjoy your L, right? Jonathan Smith, enjoy your L. And Aiden Childs, I'm not impressed, man. Like 17 for 23, 189. In my opinion, Aiden Childs was okay. Not a player that, if I was a Michigan State fan, I would want more out of a player ranked that highly, because I'm going to tell you, who's a dog? Nate Carter's a dog. Nate Carter is a fucking dog, bro. Michigan State. And then not only that, Nick Marsh.
Great player.
Nick Marsh will be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Marsh will be a problem for the next 3 years.
Yep.
But outside of that, man, great win. We got the victory. We're 5-3. We are in one more win. We're in bowl. We're in the bowl range here. I don't know what we're going to get, but just keep winning. We got Oregon next week. Davis Warren's QB1. We'll see what happens. I mean, listen, how crazy would it be if we could maybe, I know I'm getting crazy now, but We can hope. Let's hope for a victory next week against Oregon. But outside of that, man, it was a solid game, John. What's your thoughts on it, man? Not
So,
perfect. Not perfect, but solid.
okay. We'll start with this. Michigan won the game. Fuck little brother. All
Yeah,
of that is great. It's great to have a rivalry win and the third straight win against Michigan State. There are a couple of things that I want to point out that really made that bugged me, and that also made me happy. Okay,
Yeah.
so I want to start with what bugs me, and the overall thing that bugs me is that this took 8 games to figure out that Davis Warren and Alex Orji were the right combo. And we've been saying on the show, and I was a big Alex Orji guy. Everybody knows that. But Davis Warren, if he was the best fit, and then you sprinkle the Alex Orji stuff in, did that need to take 8 games? I understand that, like, early on Davis threw a lot of picks. I understand that, but like, I just don't. I mean, it looked like at times I was even saying, "Hey, this looks kind of like JJ McCarthy." I even said once for the 2-minute drill at the end of the first half, I was like, "Hey, wait, TJ, is JJ back?"
Yep.
Yeah. And so I love that there was enough there on offense to get it together. That was great. Here's what really bothered me. Is that how did Michigan State get a lot of their yardage today, TJ?
In my opinion, missed tackling
and the run. So the missed runs
in the beginning, though. In the beginning, it was far worse. They got it cleaned. It was very leaky, and I had it in my notes, but they cleaned it up, so I took it out. But it was very leaky. That first drive, John, was fucking terrible, bro.
Yeah. The reality is that that a decent chunk of the yards that Michigan State got were because Wink Martindale has this belief that putting the best interior D lineman in the country on the outside, on the edge, is a good idea.
Not a good
idea. Every single time this game, there were at least 2 or 3 times where I noticed it, where it was like, okay, he's on the outside, and then the Michigan State goes for 20 yards, 30 yards up the middle. Now, do you think that they would have gotten 20 or 30 yards up the middle if Mason Graham was in his proper position?
The first drive they were, though. But I hear you, and I don't disagree. And I don't know why you would do that when you have the edges we do, like
Josiah
Stewart. Now, I think it was Derek Moore who got carted off, right? Who was the player that got carted off? I thought it was Derek Moore. I'm not sure. If it wasn't Derek Moore, then I'm unsure. But at the end of the day, I don't know why Mason Graham's playing 4 tech or 5 tech. Like, just keep him at 3 tech, please. Don't get creative. Don't do anything we don't need to do. But it is, I mean, look, we got the victory. Like, hopefully it's a learning experience. Hopefully you can learn from your wins. One other thing I want to point out, John, that I did not mention is, guess how many penalties we had?
Hillman. It was Hillman.
Was it Hillman? Okay, my bad. I apologize. But then even more, though, if Derek Moore was not carded, then why is Derek Moore coming off the field? Why? And we saw Cameron Brandt. If Juju, I haven't seen Juju in a while, but Juju's like a, big on Cameron Brandt. But yeah, Cameron Brandt got a sack tonight. But what I wanted to point out is, John, how many penalties do you think we had? Don't look it up.
0.
0 penalties, man. So that's clean football. Boys played well. No turnovers, no penalties. You can win that way, right? You don't got to be perfect. If you do 0 turnovers and 0 penalties, you can win. Not perfect. And honestly, the boys stepped up when it came down to it, right? Shout out our boy Moose, but and everyone else. Shout out everybody. But like, when you don't play a perfect game, and as long as you don't do the things that cost you, right? You can get away with that, right? So defensively, tackling was the biggest issue for me. Offensively, what frustrated me, especially coming out of this into the second half, is the conservative play calling. Like, Kirk frustrates me. I'm just gonna be very honest. Like, I'm going to be honest. It's also hard though because the momentum we're hearing on the recruiting trail with things, and but shit, man, he is so inexperienced. It's so obvious. He has no feel for the game at times. He did show some creativity today, but it's not. It doesn't flow, right? So like we'll see drives where okay, he's kind of putting it together, and then we'll get drives where it's like, bro, you're killing all of the momentum. Like you are sucking all the air out of this offense. Davis Warren's at like when I posted that tweet earlier, John, Davis Warren was 11 for 12, and they ran it 2 times in a row, and then Colson Loveland drops it.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? It's the beginning of the third quarter, man. You know, like what are we doing? But again, it is a celebration. We did win. It's just
Yeah.
you know, we want the team to we know the team can do more. You know, like I know the team can be better. I know that. I know the team should be 7-1 right now. I know that.
Yeah, this
Washington
is yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like with a more competent coaching staff, this is a 7-1 football team with the talent on the field.
Yes. Okay. So there's a chat I'm involved in. People you would know, many of the people would know, big names. And there was a question proposed in this chat. What would create the greatest impact this year? And a lot of people say, oh, they were like, if you could replace one person, who would it be? And a lot of them were like, well, if we could have JJ back. I said Jim Harbaugh. And the reason why I said Jim Harbaugh is because I truly believe if we had Jim Harbaugh, now this is just, I know it's not going to happen. But again, if you had a coach of a higher caliber, we would be 7-1. Now, granted, quarterback is our biggest issue. I don't disagree. But at the end of the day, a well-coached team is 7-1 right now. And whether you have JJ or not, I still think the outcome would be 7-1. I don't think we're beating Texas with JJ, right? So, but hopefully, here's the hope, right? That they're learning, they're growing, and they're getting better by the week, right? So that's where we are. Sharon, no question, has some tough decisions to make with some coaching, and I think he knows. I do, and I also, you know, everyone watching, right? We're gonna learn a lot with what is done and what is not done in the offseason, whether it be through the portal in terms of player acquisition or coaches added, coaches let go. We know we have a sloppy team, but at the end of the day, at the end of the fucking day, they got the dub, and we need to enjoy that. So shout out to that. Take it, Sparty. Another year of being bottom bitch. Take that.
Yeah, and look, I think that when things were working, it was because okay, let's actually put some of our best players in positions to succeed, right? Whether it's putting Kalel Mullings in the game, getting 15 yards, whether it's putting Donovan Edwards on the outside in the slot for a nice pass there, whether it's putting Davis Warren in and not forcing him to be Superman, but let's do some play action to Loveland. Let's get some draw plays going. Nothing crazy, but enough to just open things up and let the game go. I think that's what we have been screaming for. Kalel didn't have his best game, but again, there were times when they put Donovan Edwards up the gut again. And how many times has that worked? Like, hasn't really worked since the Natty, has it? Maybe once this year, for that one touchdown run, but not often.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's interesting, the running game tonight, right? Like Khalil Mullins, 13 carries, 18 yards, 1.4 average. Khalil Mullins wasn't doing it.
Right.
But what's frustrating is, where was Ben Hall? Why did Ben Hall get no tugs? So you run with Donovan Edwards, who's getting 2.7 yards, right? Like, I think we would all agree, and maybe there's someone who disagrees. And if you disagree, you can obviously call in, or obviously we got the Thursday show. But to me, Donovan Edwards cannot break a tackle. He is so stiff. Like, as quick as he is, or as fast as, he's not very quick. He's fast. He has straight line speed, right? Bro, he can't break a fucking tackle, man. Like, he just cannot. Like, I'm not to be disrespectful, because It's all love. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, right? So, I don't know. The running game is interesting. The offensive line, Josh Prevey in the beginning of the game totally blew his assignment and let that sack happen on Davis Warren on the first drive, I think it was.
Yeah.
The offensive line has a lot to be desired. Good news, I do fully expect that thing to be a lot better next season. I really do. I think they're gonna put some work into it and get the guys they need to be a more competitive team in terms of offensive line, quarterback, wide receiver position. Defensively, I'm going to be very real here. It's going to be tough to replace what we're going to lose. They are financially strategizing a way to do that, but even so, I mean, you're looking at 3 first-round picks, and that's hard to replace. I don't care if you're Alabama; like that's just hard to replace at times,
Absolutely. So we do have a second hour officially unlocked, and we are $96 away from a third hour. That's because of everybody here contributing, and we really do appreciate everybody. We're going to knock through these super chats, and then we're going to take some calls. But yeah, go ahead.
We are over 500 viewers on YouTube.
Woo! Let's go!
Thank you, everybody watching the show, liking the show, sharing the show, contributing to the show, commenting, calling in. We got 4 callers already lined up.
Yeah, we do.
Shout out to everybody. Thank you to every single one of you.
Yeah, we do. So thank you to Troy. The new coach streak is broken. That's right. For the first time in a very, very, very long time, a first-year head coach defeats Michigan defeats Michigan State. Hasn't happened in a very long time. Kaoki with the 5. We always appreciate when Kaoki stops by. Also a YouTube member. Both QBs played within the limits of their own abilities, which is really all one can ask. Is if there is we ask, all we're asking is for the coaches to put the right players in the right spots. And from today's performance, Davis Warren's in the right spot as primary QB, and Alex Orges seems to be in the right spot in these run packages. It seems to work, at least enough to beat one of the 2 biggest rivals. So, hey.
Yeah, I mean, like, if we can get this type of play out of Davis Warren, it's all we can ask for this year. For this year, considering the situation, it's all we can ask for. And if Alex Orges is going, and you know what's interesting, John? I thought Alex Orges looked a bit quicker today. Now, maybe MSU's slow. They're not. But I mean, at the end of the day, like, what I'm trying to say is, like, Alex Orges had some quickness, a little bit more burst is what I saw out of his running ability today, which was nice to see. Now, look, I'll say this, though. Every time Orges came into the game, we knew what it was. We knew what it was. And it was very predictable. It's a little frustrating. I think a team that's on a higher caliber than Michigan State's going to not allow it to happen. So we'll see.
He tossed it to Donovan Edwards one time. So
yeah. There is an element of surprise for sure. I mean, he definitely has I'll be real though. I don't have the faith in our offensive coordinator to do it like a Ben Johnson does, where like for the Lions, Ben Johnson will he'll run a play that will set himself up like 50 plays later in the game. Like he's chess matching these defensive coordinators. I don't have the faith in Kirk Campbell to be like that.
No.
He seems to be very basic, simple. He doesn't seem to be very layered in his strategic approach. It seems to be pretty much unfortunately, our offensive approach is face value. You kind of know what you're getting based on alignment. There's a lack of creativity for sure, but there was moments in the game where there was creativity, but then you see these moments where it's like, oh, this is predictable.
Edwards up the middle, up the middle, and then a 3rd and 9 pass.
Drop.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean,
but hey, there was a flea flicker that was caught to Morris. Samaj got a good one. There was a reverse or 2. There was a pass to Donovan Edwards, which then he threw. And he is still, I believe, 100% completion percentage in his career as a passer.
So, yeah.
So
to be honest, they might want to use it a little more.
It works
I don't
every
mean
time.
Game. I don't mean every game, but I do mean more
Ohio.
than every like 8 games or 10 games, you know.
Yeah, big games. Oregon, Ohio.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
Indiana. I mean, Indiana's a big game too. Indiana's 8-0. Holy shit.
Hey, they're beating Ohio State, bro.
Yeah, they are. I can't
They're
wait,
beating Ohio
man.
State. Nebraska almost took
Nebraska
Ohio State today.
was,
And shout out to
yeah.
one of our commenters mentioned that. Ohio State's not shit, bro. I wish we were better because we'd fucking beat them again.
Absolutely. Yeah, lots of super chats today. Thank you so much to Ramez for the 2 empty super chat, the ones John likes to shut up. So yes, well, we like the super stickers. We like we like everything. If you're contributing, we appreciate you. And this is one. This is a super sticker right here. Detroit Kyle just throwing us $10.
Detroit Kyle is a good friend, man. Supporter of the channel. Much respect to my friend here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
Thank you. And Detroit Kyle, you helped us get a second hour. So there you go. Wolverine Casual with the 5. I was pushing for Tuttle and I was wrong. A bit sad we haven't given Warren time to develop. Well, don't worry about it too much, Wolverine Casual, because look, we've all been playing the guessing game here because we're all playing half blind. We don't see what's happening in practice. We just see what we're seeing piecemeal on the field here and there, and what we're hearing from reports in practice, which have been very overly rosy. So yeah, we've been on I was on the orgy train for a long time. I mean, we've all kind of been in the same boat here, figuring out who's the best.
The truth is, Warren might have needed a little time to reflect on the bench, right? Because he was creating turnovers that were just unacceptable. It was inexcusable, some of the throws he was making. If anyone was paying attention to our show this week, I was telling everybody I was hoping for Davis Warren to start. We got it. I was talking I know some people are frustrated. We had Darren Graham on Thursday on the call-in show, and some people aren't the biggest fan of Darren, which is interesting. But me and him were chatting, and the reality is, like, it's almost like it was required. Like, Alex Orji had to get his opportunity. Tuttle seemed to be the coach's pick, and he needed to fail before they could really trust another quarterback. It's where we are. It is what it is. It's unfortunate. I mean, if Davis Warren could have handled it from the beginning, we would be in a better position. But I don't even quite blame it on the coaches either. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't quite blame it on the players either. I blame it on the coaches. Like, in my opinion, the coaches did not put the players in the position to succeed. Now, granted, the coaches are not throwing those interceptions, right? But at the same time, there's more talent on this field than what the results are showing, right? So that comes down to coaching.
It absolutely does. And we just continue on from here. So Beats and Treats, who's one of our YouTube members with the 2, Kenneth Grant fell on the fumble this time.
Yes.
True.
I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching the game with my dad, and I was like, he learned his lesson. He learned his lesson. He's not going to pick it up and run. He literally fell on that. Lesson learned. Good for Kenneth Grant, man.
There it is. Matthew Rowley with the 5, YouTube member. I'm as happy to beat MSU as anyone, but this team is still not good. MSU isn't a very good team. Saying we should be 7-1 is insane. Why? Chill out a little.
Hold on.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Hold on. We agree the team has a lot of issues and holes. We agree. Washington's not a good team, my friend. Illinois is not a good team, my friend. If you have a quarterback like Davis Warren, or if you have a better coach, we're 7-1. We barely lost to both those teams, and we had the lead on Washington in Washington. We should be 7-1. Texas, that's an L regardless. It's an L regardless. We don't disagree. I'm sure you agree with that. If Matthew, I was seeing if you called in, you haven't. Call into the Thursday show or call in tonight. Let's debate it. Because I disagree. We should be a 7-1 team right now. We really should.
I'm with 100%.
You're with me? Thank you.
I am with you. I think I think this is an indictment on the coaching staff that we're not a playoff team right now.
100%. It's an inexperienced coach. Exactly. It's what it is, man. The offense has been very bland, not creative, not putting players in the most optimal position, running Evan Link at right tackle all fucking year, running Judice at center all year. When we have said on this channel, start Crippen, start Percy, start Gentry over Evan Link, right? Have Khalil Mullins be RB1. Like things that have occurred after we have said for weeks that these things need to occur. I said earlier this week, I was hoping it was Davis Warren. Davis Warren starts. Like, listen, I don't know it all, but we hit for average. I'll say that. We hit for average.
Yeah, that's why you keep it at Michigan, the voice of college football, because we're batting a pretty good average here.
Pretty good average.
Wolverine casual at the 5. Orgy is predictable, but they're now running misdirection with him, so you don't know who's getting the ball. There was pre-snap motion. There was definitely a little bit more like for the defense to factor. And he ran with way more patience today. I agree. 100%.
And burst. I thought there was some good burst out of Orgy today. Some burst I wasn't seeing earlier in the year. You know, maybe a confidence, maybe a lack of thinking and more reaction, you know. Yeah, I mean, I thought Orgy did pretty good, but I will say this: we play against a higher caliber defense. I think they'll sniff it out. It's so predictable. You know what's coming. You know.
Yeah. He did give it to Donovan one time, so you know. Wolverine casual with the 5. It is pretty wild how much Josiah gets held on the outside. Yeah, he gets a lot of action because people know he's a factor. I'd say he's turning into one of the best edges in the country. I mean, he
is turning into a first-round pick.
Legit.
He has 6 sacks on the year. Like, he is fucking playing fantastic.
Absolutely. Wolverine and casual again. Another one, DJ Khaled with the 5. Honestly, Kurt looked a little worse than he should because Mullings had the worst game of the year. So many lazy calls looked especially bad. Yeah, but he still shouldn't be running 2 straight up the middles and then a 3rd and 9. No, just no. Like, that's not against this team or any halfway decent team except like the first maybe couple of games.
Well, the reality was all game, though, you weren't making progress in the run game. Like, you need to adapt, man. Like, you need to have a feel for the game and understand where it is. Offensive line was not playing great today. Now, it did good in terms of pass pro, but in terms of run blocking, no. Lanes were not being created. Like, Kirk Campbell really needs, like, this is an issue with an inexperienced offensive coordinator or coaching staff. They try and force players into schemes and play scripts, right? Experienced coaching staffs, they adapt, they evolve in game, right? And we're not seeing that yet. Like, they're not there yet. Like, they're not evolving, they're not adapting, they're forcing shit. And that is why you see these plays that just kill momentum. They'll force the run and it's getting 1-2 yards. It's like, look, man, you should know in the third quarter where we are. Like, the first half showed you it's not changing. Like, you gotta get a little more creative here. You can't just run up the fucking A gap. It hasn't been working all game. It's not going to work in the third quarter.
And if you're going to run up the A gap, you don't put Donovan Edwards in there.
Well, and don't do it 2 times in a row.
Yeah.
Like, get more creative, please.
Just a little. Just to try the perimeter. The perimeter's kind of worked, in this game. Like, when you did a perimeter run, or even when they went wide receiver perimeter run or screen or anything like that, it worked.
You know who else played well today that I thought? I thought Samaj Morgan played pretty good today.
I thought so too.
I had him down. Samaj Morgan.
Yeah.
It says only 3 for 12 yards, but I just felt like he had a bit of an impact.
Well, and he had a run. Yeah, he had a run for 7 there.
Yeah, and kick return, I thought he did pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, only 1 for 8. So I guess it wasn't much, but it seemed like it was impactful.
Yeah, I saw him, and I wrote it down a couple of times. So that means if he made my notes a couple of times, that's you're doing well.
But all right, let me just say this, though. Colson Loveland was 6 for 67 yards today.
Yeah.
Our second best receiver was a running back.
Yep.
2 for 17, Donovan Edwards. Our best receiver, true receiver, was 1 for 23, Tyler Morris.
Yeah.
And no other receiver had more than, well, Samaj had 3 receptions for 12 yards.
Yeah.
Bro.
Still better than when nobody was getting anything.
I know, but like, can we get like 4 receptions for like 70 or something? Can we maybe get 100 yards? I mean,
baby steps, crawl before you walk, you know?
Wild. It's wild, man. I can't believe they thought CJ Charleston and Amarion Walker was a solution, man.
Hey, got the dub. Elisha with the 2, Makari Page, Chinese. Yeah, he's been really cooked this season. I don't know if it's because the like Rod Moore not being on the other side. I don't know what it is, but he's been having a down year, big time.
Yeah. Well, all right. Even if it is Rod Moore, I don't think it's that. By the way, I think it's the scheme. I don't think he's comfortable in the scheme because it is a different scheme. It's not the same scheme we had.
Right.
As much as we were sold all off season, it would be the same scheme. It's not. Makari's just not playing good ball right now. You know, Quentin Johnson made far more impact plays tonight. I don't see Makari Page just stepping up right now. I mean, he'll be back next year. Hopefully, you know, he'll pick it up.
And Nick coming through, as Nick has been doing every post-game show, coming through with a 20 burger, which significantly got us towards that second hour. How many truckloads of Coke you think they showed off to the star recruits throughout the visit? Just pay Bryce Underwood $6 million and give each of his family members a job on Wall Street, along with Lambos and strip clubs.
There you go.
So Nick is volunteering to become the new associate director of NIL for the Michigan program. I think that's what he's volunteering for here.
I'd hire him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, there's some interesting stuff with Bryce Underwood going on right now. I'm gonna lay low on it right now until some things become more public. But the boys are putting in work. I'll just say that.
If you were part of our membership get together this week, you heard some intel that we were able to share on that situation. And if you want to become a member, at least at the $4.99 tier, you too can access information that we can't share when 600 people are listening. So go ahead and consider joining. I'll put the link right here and become a member at the $4.99 or up here at the Voice of College Football Michigan channel. And thanks again to Nick for the 20. And we are rolling on these. Next up, we've got Detective Loki just gifted a membership to somebody. If somebody knows who it was, I'm going to try to find it. But Detective Loki has been doing this consistently. It's so appreciated. And somebody just got 30 free days of Those Who Stay Will Be Champions membership. Congratulations to that. And thank you to Loki for doing that. Elisha with the 2. Wink has to go. Bro went man on 3rd and 12 on that touchdown. Yeah, Wink did a lot of stupid things today. Luckily, the talent is such that it doesn't that they were able to contain Michigan State. Because I literally think it was because of talent more so than it was because Wink called a masterful game. Wink did not call a masterful game. Wink had some significant problems in how he called the game, and it's basic stuff that he's missing. That the other two, McDonald and Minner, never would.
So Scottish got the membership. Our chat has let us know. Shout out to Scottish. Welcome to Wolverine Nation at the Voice of College Football.
Scottish, absolutely. You are now a Those Who Stay Will Be Champions member for 30 days. Those Who Stay Will Be Champions members get access to our monthly membership hangout, which we just had, but we'll have another one next month in November. We're going to be doing it the 3rd Monday of every month moving forward. So we are now going to have a dedicated time. Everybody who's a member, listen in, and we'll do a community post on this too. Every 3rd Monday of every month is going to be membership hangouts. That way I don't have to do a poll every time, and we can make sure that we consistently have it. So that's what we're going to be doing. And I want to appreciate everybody who came by last show. It was a really great time. And we shared a lot of good intel. Detective Loki, in addition to gifting memberships, he's also super chatting too. So he's throwing the 5 out there. The Don throwing that touchdown was the highlight for me. Every time the Don throws is a highlight for me. I love seeing it every time because it works every time. He was 1 for 1 today for 23 yards and a tutty. And I'm pretty sure that every single time he's thrown, it's usually for a touchdown and it's a completion. So it works. It's effective. And it's also effective because it's rare. They don't do it every game.
They do one every year.
Mm-hmm.
They did one in 2021, 2022, and 2023. And now we're in 2024. So they've done 4. They've done one every year he's been a player. He is 4 for 4, 100% completion. He has 2 touchdowns on it. So not too bad.
Not too shabby. Elisha with the 2. Link, Barham, Warren finally said enough is enough. Yeah, so Barham had a great day.
I would take Link out of it. Although, I mean, look, I'll say this, though. When Link came in, it wasn't like there was a glaring hole.
Right.
The offense actually played pretty good. I will say Barham, Warren, Houseman played. Loveland played extremely well today. Zavada, we can always trust Zavada. Zavada is the one player I have zero concerns about.
Absolutely. Consistent as fuck, that guy.
Yeah.
Keith with the 5. Kudos to TJ, John, Sharon, and Kurt. I love that he's giving us kudos alongside the coaching staff. Like we're there, with a headset. I love it, Keith. Thank you so much.
On the daily, bro.
We're in the paint. Warren and Orgy are the right combination. So this is the captain of the Jack Tuttle fan club.
It is.
And I think you're right, Keith.
For the rest of the year, no question, we found the right combination, which is good and very promising. Good decision making, progressions, comfort. I saw some comfort in the pocket where he wasn't rushing his processing. He was making good reads.
Yep,
it was good to see.
Moose, moderator, YouTube member, contributor. The Moldozer didn't look so Moldozer tonight. Yeah, Mullings had a rough game. There's no. I mean, I've been very pro Mullings. I don't think it was all his fault. I think that the line had something to do with it. I also think 100%. The play calling had something to do with it.
100% the offensive line was not good tonight. But at the same time, where was Ben Hall? Why are they anti-Ben Hall? I don't know. He
looked good to me in the limited time I've seen him in the spring games and in the limited play action.
The same thing. He looks good to me. But again, we're not at practice.
True. Orgy averaged 10.67 yards a carry tonight. Go Orgy. Yeah, I feel like when he's not in at QB1, it just seems like he's more effective as a runner. When that's all he has to focus on, it just seems like he's more effective that way.
So ESPN has rounded up to 10.7. So show some respect, Loki.
Hey, there we go.
He was solid tonight. I still have my concerns with it, though. I feel like a more capable defense doesn't allow it to happen. Michigan State is still a team. Year 1 for Jonathan Smith. They're still trying to find themselves. I don't know if you pull against Oregon. I'm not expecting the same results.
Still can't get off the field on 3rd down. Frustrated. You're talking about the defense keeping Michigan State's offense on the field, or are you talking about us getting off?
Michigan State was 8 for 15 on 3rd down, which isn't amazing. You'd like to see it a little less, but they did okay.
Yeah. I think the talent, the superior talent on the Michigan side, I think was a big factor here. I don't think it was Wink's play calling.
Will Johnson did not play.
That is extremely notable. But Jair Hill's having a great year. Jair Sugar, as he's also known, he's cooking this year.
Yeah.
in Will Johnson's absence, he is taking
and
a
our
good
cornerback room,
position.
by the way, is stacked. If we land, damn, why am I forgetting his name right now? Fuck, kid from Georgia. Why am I forgetting his name right now? Shamari Earls.
Oh, Shamari Earls. Yeah.
We land Shamari Earls with Jaden Sanders, and we got Josiah Edmonds in this room with Jair Hill. Like, cornerback's gonna be okay. Like, we got two very, very good corners coming in this year. And just so you know, if I had to put a crystal ball on Shamari Earls, I'd give it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, it's looking very good.
He's
looking very good to come over. And once it's a Fong bomb, it's 99%.
Well, he committed Tuesday night, bro.
Yeah.
So is what
it's
it is.
happening.
Yeah, we'll see what happens publicly.
Ramez, are we now better in pass blocking than run block? I mean,
tonight we were.
Tonight it definitely looked like it.
Tonight we were, which is very interesting. It is. I don't know. We'll have to see how it trends the rest of the season, but I can't imagine that we will be better pass blocking than run blocking the rest of the year. It was the opposite for the first half. So I don't know. We'll see. Boys did better though. I need to look at what did Michigan State do all year in terms of sacks. Let's see.
Yeah, you check that out. Meanwhile, I'm going to take this next one here. Wolverine casual with the 2. I hope Gentry is okay. Me too, buddy.
Of course.
Everybody who Hillman and the other guy who I saw him and I was like, who's that? Right, it was somebody's going to know in chat. But like, yeah, there were a couple of players who went out with an injury tonight. So hopefully everybody's okay. Matthew with the 5. The coaching staff is a part of the team. Agree, we are talented, but beating MSU isn't convincing me that Moore should stay along with the coordinators. Yeah, I mean, this game is going to make the argument tougher to fire Moore. This game will make it tougher. Is it going to make it tougher to fire Kurt Campbell and Wink Martindale? No. I still think they need to go. But I'm leaning more and more now with this game. If Michigan makes a bowl, and especially if Michigan wins one of the 3, Oregon, Indiana, Ohio State, Moore's getting another year. Definitely.
Moore is getting another year. He is getting another year. The only way it doesn't happen is if we don't make, and I don't even know, and I'm not even gonna this isn't 100%. The only way it could possibly happen is if we don't make a bowl game.
Right. That's what I was thinking. If it was 4-8 or 5-7.
Yeah. If we make a bowl game, he's in for another year. They are not buying him out. The donors, the way that things are trending with the program in terms of the way they are strategizing the roster, there's no way he's not coming back next year. Now, in terms of the other coaches, the coordinators, that's to be determined. I think there's going to be some serious change here.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a much different coaching staff.
I do too, and I think you're going to see Michigan pony up some. Michigan, I'm going to tell you guys, Michigan is motivated financially to make sure they figure it out. Okay, they got it together right now.
Yeah, NIL cannons are firing off. Finally, we've been crying for it for 2 years on this program and on Michigan Wolverines Live. It's happening. It's happening.
And then in terms of coaches, listen, Wink Martindale is, I think, one of the highest paid defensive coordinators in college football. Money's not a problem for coaches.
Right. So Mr. Bombasket has a great question that I think is great for you, TJ, about the recruits. Do we have any updates on the recruits that were actually in Ann Arbor today?
Well, I don't have confirmation on all the recruits who came today. Like, I don't know if Savion Hyder made it in. I don't know that. What I do know is, obviously, we know Shamari Earls made it in. We know the main commits made it in terms of Babaloa and Andrew Marsh and all that. They made it in. There was a visitor today, but I don't know if he made it to the game. And I'm going to leave the name nameless for now because I thought it would be more public, and it's not. And because it's not, I'm going to lay low. I don't want to. I'm in the position now where I'm going to chill on some stuff because we want it to happen. So we'll see. But here's what I will say. There is optimism in a lot of areas right now for especially the main four. And if you've been watching our show, you know who the main four are. So we'll see where it goes. There's a lot of optimism and things are progressing for sure. They're definitely not regressing. I can promise you that right now. So we'll see. And there was a certain individual who was on campus today. But I cannot confirm if he was at the game, and I don't think he was because I was texting John about this. Like there was no confirmation he made it to the game, but that doesn't mean anything either because there's far more going on. There is far more going on than that small shit. So we'll see what happens. I will say that I think this was a good atmosphere for the kids to be at in terms of recruiting because if you guys saw the beginning of the game, it was hype as hell with the lights and everything. It was hype.
That was so sweet.
Yeah, they do a great job with that. We got the dub, so I mean, it was a rivalry game. Like, I mean, this really was a good game to have this big recruiting weekend.
Yeah,
we will know. I will have far more for you on Tuesday's show. We will do a recruiting segment. I will have far more for you. Hopefully, I can share more. Hopefully, a few things become a little public. Our boy Moose is kind of involved on some of this shit. I told him earlier today I'm going to start laying low on certain things because we just want them to transpire. Okay, because we don't want to cause attention to certain things.
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, if we are able to pull some of these players, then that's all we can ask for. It doesn't matter if I don't want to ruin something, you know.
Yeah, we want to make sure that some of these high-profile recruitments they happen. We don't jump the gun on something, but there's some very positive vibes going.
And the one that everyone's really focused on right now, there's a reason why it's not so public. I'll leave it there.
Miles Hinton had a great day. Welcome back from Beats and Treats. Yeah, I thought he did a great job on the blocking and he was a bright spot on the line. And what you saw was a lot of left running on the left-hand side on the perimeter. Loveland had a couple going that way. So yeah, I think they knew. I think there were even some play designs because they knew Miles Hinton was back because he was doing such a great job on that end. So yeah, great job. Welcome back. Look good today.
Yeah, Miles Hinton looked really good. Also, I want to just confirm this. There's somebody in the comments saying Trey McKinney. Listen, one thing I will share: Trey McKinney's a Wolverine. He's a Wolverine. So enjoy him when he commits November 6th or 9th or whatever it is. So he'll be here. He'll be in blue, amazing blue. Trey McKinney will be definitely a Wolverine. Game over.
Wolverine casual. What is up with injuries this year? Also, do we think that Will Johnson shuts it down?
So, from my understanding, there was a legitimate injury here that kept him out, and what they don't want to do is play him when something is lingering to jeopardize his future. Now we'll see what happens. We'll watch it week to week. You know, they're thinking long term here, not short term. So we'll see. I will say this though. We are in the space now where you're going to see players making business decisions. It's just part of the game, especially some of our higher ranked guys. It is what it is, man. It just is what it is. I mean, we're not having the best year, boys. I think now one of the positives we can get from that, though, is we will see what we have to work with for next year.
Absolutely. I would say I don't know if Will Johnson shuts it down or not. I think this is good player management. If he's having a legitimate injury, and this isn't like a JSN situation where he just basically shut it down for the whole year. Yes, he had a thing, but I think that if Will has a legitimate thing, you want to keep him out a couple of games. Let's hope he comes back either for Oregon or at the very least for Ohio State, because I think we'll need him for that one. But
you think, John? You
yeah,
think?
yeah, I think we might need the best quarter in the country for the Ohio game in Columbus. Yeah, I'm really going out. That's really a hot take, I know.
Excellent analysis, John.
What is up with injuries? I think you might be seeing the Ben Herbert leaving effect a little bit here. But there's always some injuries that happen every single year. But going from Ben Herbert to Justin Tress is a downgrade. How much of a downgrade? I still think it remains to be seen because strength and conditioning effects take time to show up. And he was an acolyte of Ben Herbert, so I have a feeling that a lot of the same themes, a lot of the same, at least from a high level approach, might be the same. But you might be seeing some Tress effect there as well. Elisha, knock these out here. We got Elisha with the 5. Pass blocking looked the best today that it did all year. Yes, I agree. Can we now agree that wide receivers are the biggest problem on offense because Warren can throw?
Wide receivers are a problem. We have a wide receiver problem. We 100% have a wide receiver. We do not have a wide receiver who can be depended on.
Yep. And yet again, fire Bellamy, get him out of here. Let's find somebody who knows how to coach receivers.
Well, I don't know, man. If
yeah. I get where
turn out the way they
may.
This. He might not be
going with this. Sean Garner with the 5. Why didn't Michigan use the Orgy package when Orgy was quarterback?
Too predictable. You're talking about the
predictable.
Run? I mean, because
the QB run.
What happened against Washington is they literally loaded the box on our ass and we couldn't move.
Yeah, we couldn't move.
Could not move, which is why you saw Jack Tuttle come in.
Yep. I think there's a lot of reasons. Number one, they did call some quarterback runs. They just weren't very effective because of what TJ just said. They were putting 9-10 in the box, playing single high safety, if that. There was just no pass threat when Orgy was QB1, so he wasn't really able to get out much. And our line wasn't good enough. Like last year, you could do the Penn State thing and just go run over and over and over and over, and it's going to work. We didn't have a good enough line where you can have 9 or 10 guys on the other side of the field stacking the box, and it's still going to be you can still run. Last year you could do that. They could stack teams could stack the box till they're blue in the face, and Michigan could still get Blake Corum out there for lots of yards. Not quite the case this year, but I do think this is a way more effective utilization of him. He's clearly more effective as a gadget, let's bring him in for a play or two. And Sean Garner, one of our reasonable Buckeyes, giving that $5. So we appreciate that.
Friend of the program.
Just
has terrible taste in sports.
in teams, yeah. Matt Pugh with the 5. Let's talk about not getting off the field on third down. Defense was on the field way too long.
Again, I mean, the defense was 8 for 15. It's not awful. Is it elite? No, not elite. But I mean, can the defense improve? Absolutely. No excuses made. Like they need to be better. We are used to an elite defense, so I completely understand why people's position is this. But in terms of 8 for 15, we're looking at what? 50-60% there. I mean,
yeah,
not terrible.
Yeah, like 52 or something like that. We've covered this a little bit today, but yeah, I think the defense for Michigan was on the field. If we talk about the other side of the coin, I mean, I think that Michigan's defense was on the field way too long. I think part of that, obviously, because the offense in the beginning part of the game was not putting it together. So that's another reason why the defense was on the field for a long time. And Michigan State obviously pulling that, doing some pretty good drives in the beginning there. Raka 23 with the 10, helping us we're getting close to that third hour. Raka 23, coaches can be better. Players can damn sure be better. We can't discount poor execution when you watch some game film. Coaching staff didn't fumble versus Washington. Agree and disagree at the same time, because I agree that execution is important. But some of the problems that we're seeing that are the systematic problems are coaching, right? When you have a lot of penalties, that's coaching. It's being undisciplined. When you have Mason Graham on the edge, that's dog shit coaching. That's dog shit play calling. That's not even bad. That's dog shit. There are things that are happening, like putting Donovan Edwards up the middle over and over. That's dog shit, right? So there are things that are coaching decisions that are really bad. There's execution. Today you saw some good and some positive, which is why Michigan beat its rival. Jobu, let's be honest. Loveland started it with the headbutt. I was talking about the extracurriculars on that.
I am pro extracurriculars, bro. Like I like it. Like I like I know people might get mad here, like the tunnel situation. Like, don't be wrong, too far. But I like the bullshit, bro. Like I'm into the rivalry. I'm into the when players get into it after the whistle. Like I love it because it's passion, it's fire. Can it go too far? Absolutely. I'm not condoning that, but what I'm saying, like the tunnel.
The tunnel is too far. Yeah.
Too far. Like you don't need to hit someone with a fucking helmet. Like that's
No.
bitch shit. But I like the fiery hatred. I love it.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I did like it when Michigan and Ohio State did it a couple of years ago, and they were really chippy in the.
What about what Devin Bush did before the game?
Beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you.
That was
I want
great.
more of that. Give me that. Yeah.
Detective Loki, Alex Scorgi defeats Slide Howard 70-30 in C-Bus in Columbus. Wow, that is an interesting prediction right there. Alex Scorgi. Wow. Okay. So does that mean Detective Loki's on the Alex Scorgi fan club now?
Is he a member with Keith?
I don't know. We'll see. Elisha with the 10. Elisha coming through with a 10 burger right here. This game is exactly what I mean when I say Wink is worse than Kirk. Don't get me wrong. Both are trash, but Kirk is limited to a tight end, while Wink has a top 5 defense on paper, but can't get off the field. Interesting.
I don't know.
They're both such trash. How do you pick?
Wink gave up 352 yards today.
Oof. God. And a decent chunk of those are because Mason Graham wasn't in the right position during those runs.
And we can't tackle.
Yeah. Callers, we're almost through, so we're going to get to you very soon. I thank you for being so patient.
Thank you guys. Yeah, thank
you. Mr. Bombastic with the 5. TJ John, where do you see our 25 class ranking if what you guys know but can't talk about comes to fruition? Yeah. Also, when is the next Members Live? The next Members Live is going to be the 18th, Monday, the 18th of November. I believe that would be.
Wait, the 18th? The 18th?
Third,
oh, yeah, you said Monday.
Yeah, the third Monday would be, 4th, 11th, 18th. Yep.
I don't know why I was looking at the 21st. It's probably Thanksgiving, though. Yeah. Definitely not that day. Okay, where do I think it'll finish? 7th or 8th. 7th or 8th. If things continue to progress the way they're going, and I think they are so far. As of right now, 11:57, 10:26, 7th or 8th.
Rocket 23 with the 5. After 1 year, we needed to relax a bit. We lost tremendous talent and experience. Maybe we overestimated the potency of this team.
It shouldn't be this bad, my friend.
Be this bad.
It shouldn't be
with this talent.
Bad. Now, was it going to be a back-to-back natty? No. But we should not have the 5th worst passing offense in college football. That should not be a thing. Our defense should not be ranked 115th in pass defense when you have Will Johnson and you have Zeke Berry, you have Makari Page, who was far better last year than this year, and then Amir Hall and Jair Hill, who's actually played. Like, these are talented individuals. These are not players who lack talent. It should be better than this.
It should. Yeah. When you have Will Johnson, you have Mason Graham, Kenneth Grant on that defense. Yeah, it's.
And listen, I want to say this. Thank you for your $4.99 super chat. Okay, and respectfully, and please call in, debate us. I'm down to have a conversation. But like, there's no way we should be missing tackles like this. There's no way our pass blocking, even though today better, should be this bad. There's no way the defense should be this leaky when you have 3 first-round picks on it, 2 for sure, but definitely 4 day 1 and day 2 draft picks. It shouldn't be this leaky.
Yeah.
It should be better.
Elisha asks, do we still go to the portal for a QB or do we get elite weapons for Warren? He did surprise me on some plays. Looked like JJ on some plays. Yes, he. I mean, I agree. At end of the first quarter, end of the first half, and a little bit in the second half at times, I saw some JJ. A little bit.
It all comes down to what do we do with the class of 25.
Right.
If we land a certain individual, I'll say it. Fuck it. We land Bryce Underwood.
There we go. Right there.
We do not. Yeah, we do not go portal shopping. We let Bryce Underwood start freshman year.
Right.
And you surround him with weapons, and you give him an offensive line that can protect him. And that is the path. Now, if you don't get Underwood, then you go portal shopping to give competition in camp, and you also get weapons, and you still solidify that offensive line. That's where we are.
Yeah. So Elisha mentioning Underwood. So yeah.
If we get him, he starts.
Yeah, he starts.
He's gonna be your day 1 starter.
In the very beginning there, yes. Detective Loki gifted another membership, and again, I'm trying to find it. Somebody can help me out. That'd be great, because it's like down in the chat. I can't see it from StreamYard, but somebody got it. Brandon 22. Congratulations on your gifted membership. And now, thank you, Detective Loki, for doing that again. Detective Loki coming through the clutch, and we do appreciate that. How about we get to some calls? Because yeah, I know these guys have been patient. Thank you, the Bull. You've been on the longest waiting, and I appreciate you. And thanks for being here. Go Blue.
Go Blue. Smash guys. Smash guys. Drinking water today. Okay, so I do consume water, guys. Okay.
Do better. Do better, B-Dub.
I drank through all the Jack last week, so I ran out. By the way, the Steel Michigan Recruits Bowl happened today. Okay, and sadly, Auburn won that. So take that for what you want.
What do you mean? We just yanked Babaloa from Auburn.
We did. I know, but I'm saying the Steel Michigan Recruit Bowl happened today, which was Auburn versus Kentucky, right? Auburn stole Nate Marshall, right? And Kentucky stole our running back, technically. So, yeah. So that happened today. So I'm just saying,
Sons of bitches.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, dude, I saw the smoke on Twitter today, man. And yesterday, right? It was hot. It was on fire, man. It was Friday, Saturday, man. Right? Yeah, with Marsh and Underwood and everybody. Yep. Everybody is on deck, man.
Yeah, the fact that Andrew Marsh went to Bryce Underwood's game is no coincidence. The fact that here's what the real, in my opinion, the real interesting thing was when Sean McGee, the general manager for the football team, is at the Belleville game. Yep. And although Bobby Kenko was there, it was not for Bobby Kenko. Okay.
Are you sure? Are you sure we don't need that?
For those who want to know who Dave Portnoy is working with, it's Sean McGee. It's not Jared Wagner. So
I was hoping.
Yeah, it's Sean McGee. Yeah. Portnoy doesn't want anything to do with those collectives. But Sean McGee is putting in fucking work, bro. So him being at that game is serious. So we'll see. And Andrew Marsh showing up at that game in support And we have communications with a certain player I won't name. But
Yeah.
let's just say they're very excited about the Underwood shit right now.
Yeah, I won't say the name. I know the name. I'm assuming. But,
Nick here does ask, and it's very true. Andrew Marsh went to go watch Underwood play in person, so that's publicly documented. You could see, you could look at that online.
Him and his mom went to the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and sadly, Olish
they look cold
Oregon,
as hell though. Those Texas individuals look very cold in that weather.
They did.
Yeah.
I'm out here in a t-shirt, man. I'm out here in a t-shirt and just
I'm still in shorts. I'm shorts and hoodies, bro.
Shorts and hoodies. Yeah, I do. You in Michigan around this time, you choose one or two. You choose, hoodie, shorts, or you do jeans and a t-shirt. You choose one or the other, right? So
yeah.
But no, I was
game, Vito?
Dude. There was some good things and there were some bad things. I just want to get over the bad things real quick. Just two quick things. One, Warren's vision is pretty bad, per usual. It seems to be very, focused on. Weirdly enough, and is not focused on the tight end. I don't know, Loveland. It's like on and off with him for some weird reason. Like he's focused on him all the time, and then he's not sometimes, which is weird, but also sucks because he seems to gravitate towards him. And then number two, I was very disappointed in Grant and Graham today in the run defense. Very disappointed in them getting off blocks. And seemed like a lot of double teams were in there to push them backwards. They just couldn't get off of them. And when the backups were in, they didn't do any better. So, which sucked. So that was
Benny was out today too.
Correct. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it sucks that our outs for the game that we're trying to win these games in are really crucial, right? Like Washington game was horrible, right? That was like our whole secondary, right? And then this game, it's like, oh, you got a crucial piece in the secondary, crucial piece in the D line. So it's like, damn, and so and then now we lose Gentry, so now we got Link in there. So now guess what, guys? We're going to die. We're going to die with Link on the right tackle, one way or another this season. So.
To be honest, though, he wasn't a liability today.
Yeah, he wasn't bad today.
Yeah, well, I think it wasn't bad, but the O line and the run just wasn't very good. I didn't check. I didn't try to go rewatch the game or try to go over replays of it, but it didn't seem very good. I understand you guys are discussing Edwards over Mullins, but I don't think it really mattered today. It just seemed pretty much trash. It was
the offensive line made it to where it didn't matter. But I would have liked to see, if I got to make a complaint, I guess it's Ben Hall. Where's Ben Hall?
Yeah, but my thing is, how can you how can you put Ben Hall in there when you have Mullins, right? And then you're like, okay, well, what about Edwards in there? Okay, but you'd rather have Edwards in the slot. But then if he's in the slot, then where is
Smash Morgan?
Smash Morgan, yeah. So it's like,
listen, you can rotate it, and you can give Ben Hall a couple rotations. And shout out to my boy Marmar in the comments right now. Shout out my guy. Look, man, you can. There's no reason Ben Hall shouldn't get 3 to 5 carries to just kind of see if he can create something. Because it's definitely not like. Here it is. It's not like your 2.7 per carry Donovan Edwards or your 1.4 per carry Khalil Mullins was doing a lot. You weren't losing much. Give it a chance. It's okay. It's okay to give Ben Hall 3 to 5 carries. It's okay.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, but this coaching
yeah.
Maybe it's Alfred, maybe it's more. I don't know yet.
Yeah. I think my because I don't want to steal Michigan Man's thunder here because I heard him at the halftime Twitter space, but I would say you should demote Kirk Campbell to the quarterback's coach. Okay,
Josh Gaddison. That's what I've been saying. Josh Gaddison. Just get over there, focus on the quarterbacks. offensive coordinator, quote unquote, and Sharon Moore calls
someone better than him. Guy's a fraud. You could definitely hire a fucking fraud, right, like him. But Jesus Christ. But at least demote Campbell, because my thing is, you like his recruiting. You like what he's doing in the recruiting phase of things, right? And he's shown some promise with JJ. Whatever, take it for what you will. So maybe demote him, get a real OC in there who's a lot more creative. I don't know anyone this year. I haven't been following close enough to figure out who's been really, the Kansas offensive coordinator got hired by Penn State, so that's different. But maybe for that, you hire someone different there.
Oh, all right, B-Dub. Well, it was good. All right, B-Dub. Well, good luck in your journey, my friend. I'm sure we'll hear from you Tuesday and Thursday. Go blue, friend.
Go blue, B-Dub. So we've got a couple more super chats that we do want to hit here, and then we're going to get to Nick, who's actually about to call in. So Nick with the 20 burger. Y'all see Day melting down on the Bucknuts sideline today? Ohio State almost losing to Nebraska is pathetic. I tried to say they ain't winning no damn championship with Howard. He's a jag. No. They don't have the culture either.
Bro, in my opinion, I wish we were better because we beat them again. We would beat them again. Ohio State is not impressive. They have talent, but they're just not. They're not sound. They have these weaknesses, especially within the trenches. Will Howard is capable, but he's not the player they want him to be. They want Will Howard to be some fucking, like, I got people on my timeline, no names, although if they're watching this, they'll know. Oh, Will Howard to New York for the Heisman. Like, bro, Will Howard ain't that sweet, bro. Like, he's just he's
game
playing.
Manager.
He's playing. The only reason why his level of play is where it is because the talent around him, not because of him as the player. He's just a byproduct of what is around him. He's not uplifting shit. And then the hate on Kyle McCord, and I know he played garbage as fuck last night. I know he did. But in my opinion, if Kyle McCord was your quarterback, your record would be no different. Your situation would be no different.
Yep. He's a game manager as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, Will Howard ain't shit, man.
He's no he's no Stroud. He's no Justin Fields.
No.
Elisha with the 5, random, but I didn't know Denzel Burke's father and Tez Johnson came from Troy. Just shows we can go to lower schools for great talent in the portal. Yeah, I mean, look at Josiah Stewart, Coastal Carolina. How about that?
Yeah. Well, look at last year. We got Josh Wallace from UMass. You can find talent. I mean, there's a reason why some of these smaller schools, these players get drafted first round, second round, third round. I mean, there's talent to be had. I do not know where John went, but all right, we'll take it over from here. Let's see. Do we got any more super chats? We got Detective Loki with a $5 super chat. Greatest rivalries in college football: Alabama. I think John's back. We got All right, so let's see. Number 4, Alabama, Auburn. Number 3, Texas, Oklahoma. Number 2, Michigan. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Michigan versus Ohio State. Number 1, B-Dub. Bull will win versus a shirt. You might have a point.
Hey, that's a legendary rivalry right there.
You might have a point.
Yeah, my I hit something on my mouse and then I was gone. So yeah, I'm back. Always fun. I just got this mouse, so you never know what's going to happen. But here at the Voice College Football. But Loki, we appreciate you, and that means we're officially up to date with super chats. We have unlocked our 3rd hour, so we're going 3 hours tonight. So thank you all so much for helping us get to 3 hours. That'll get us to 2 a.m. Eastern time. So we'll go there. Let's go ahead and Nick has been also another one waiting patiently. Just donated $20 as well. We're gonna bring him on right now. Nick here, Michigan man. Go Blue! How about that win?
Hell yeah, man! Go Blue! Thank God. Biggest must win of the season. A lot of things they can clean up. Yo, by the way, how much of the end, like the end game shit, did you guys see? Like, did you watch that whole interaction there at the end?
I saw the fight. Are you talking about you're talking about the fight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it.
Did you guys see Khalil Mullings?
No.
Dude, I'm not kidding. Like, maybe he wasn't, but like he looked like he was stomping the fuck out of somebody.
Yeah, I actually did see that for a second. It looked like a Spartan was in there. It
No,
was
dude,
between
like he was stomping
between the
fuck out of
whistles.
somebody.
Shit happens, bro. Shit
Like
happens.
no, I know, man, but I hope he doesn't get his ass.
You think something's gonna come of it? Is what you're
if
saying?
that was a state player, what's the difference between that and the tunnel?
Yeesh.
I mean, I didn't see shit, bro.
I'm just saying. We have higher standards than them. You know what I mean? Like we don't need dudes doing that type of bullshit.
I don't know.
That's what Michigan State does, bro.
I'm a bit ruthless, Nick. I don't mind that behavior, but I mean, I hear what you're saying, man. I'm not. Listen, there is a line that can be crossed, but like, I'm pro savagery, bro.
All right, that's fair.
We'll see what happens, though. We'll see if the NCAA does anything or how it goes.
Yeah.
So,
listen. In my opinion, here's the reality. Like, all right. Let me just lay this out here. The individuals everyone's rooting for on the field are fucking dogs, bro. Like, at the end of the day, they will fuck you up, bro. Like, I'm just gonna be so honest with you. If anyone's ever been in a football locker room or anything like that, like, we're talking about dudes who are about it and don't give a fuck. Like, I'm just gonna be very clear and transparent here. Like I know we want everything to be politically clean and not politically is not the word, but like publicly clean, or we want people to be Boy Scouts. They're not Boy Scouts. Like, there's a reason why they're athletes. They're football players. At the end of the day, a lot of individuals on that field are savages and dogs, and sometimes the gladiator within them comes out. Passion, emotion, and shit happens, and that's life, in my opinion. And sometimes life spills onto the field, and things occur. Now, it doesn't make everything okay. Now, I am not glorifying things that are a step too far, because sometimes it's like, listen, I played hockey, right? And we all know about hockey. You fight, it's legal. I'm a big believer that basketball should allow fighting. I'm a big believer that football should allow fighting to an extent. But at the end of the day, the tunnel's too far. I don't disagree. You don't hit people with helmets. That's bullshit. But, hey, sometimes the boys are going to get at it. They're going to get pissed off. It shows passion, in my opinion. And so, you know,
it does.
It is. And guess what? Bruises heal, man. You know, cuts heal, bruises heal.
Okay, dude, we get
You'll figure it out. You know?
No, dude, you know what else is a part of real life? Risking getting suspended. And you're the best player on the fucking team. And our offense still fucking sucks, and we could absolutely lose a game if Mullings get his ass suspended.
I really hope
for stomping on somebody.
Yeah.
So like that's the other real.
Not ideal.
Hey, I understand that those guys don't give a fuck about. Like, I'm not questioning whether they're real dudes or not. I'm just saying, like, they don't give a fuck in the moment. But if Khalil Mullings, if something happens, or any of them do some dumb shit like that and they get suspended, they'll be given a fuck the following week.
No, you're right. You're right. But in the moment, bro, though, and like your boy is getting hit, you're reacting, you're not thinking. And like, also,
they did start that shit.
Let's be honest. The coaching staff, let's be honest, Nick. The coaching staff's going to run Donovan Edwards anyways. It doesn't matter.
Oh, jeez.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
doesn't even matter, Nick.
Dude, the in between the tech, they need to just stop. We don't need to see that anymore. Huh?
South Dakota State. Jimmy, just don't. It's in the comments. It's a between me and our friend Adam Lamparello. But anyways, no, Nick, I hear you, man. Listen, there is a line that can be crossed, but sometimes things happen, you know.
I just don't want to lose Mullings, man. That's my biggest fear. If we lose Mullings, dude, our offense still sucks. Like,
do you think we're beating Oregon anyways?
What?
Do you think we're beating Oregon?
Hell no. No.
Right. So we'll be all right. What do you think? It's a 3 game?
I mean, you're starting to dream already.
What do you mean? I'm looking at Northwestern as our last win.
Oh, okay. You must have been joking.
I don't think we're beating Oregon. Listen, I'm not. No, I don't.
You made a comment about it. You must have been joking.
No, Davis Warren. Listen, Davis Warren's our hero, and we're gonna make the fucking playoffs now. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I was about to
Look
say
out.
that. Okay, see, here's the funny thing. If the unthinkable did happen, like it's still, people might say it's crazy, but it's still like possible, technically, mathematically. They could run the table, and then what do you do with them?
They're in, because if you beat Ohio State and Oregon, you're in. You're in.
Yeah, I think if Michigan were to somehow, by some miracle, by some dream,
and Indiana,
yeah, beating an undefeated Indiana team, an Oregon team that's number 1 in the country, and an Ohio State team that's top 4 in the country, yeah, Michigan will get in. That's a massive pipe dream.
Indiana plays Michigan State. Indiana plays Michigan State next week. They're going to be 9-0 when they play us.
Oh, dude, Kirk Cignetti, dude. That dude just turns me off a little bit. He's a great football coach, but something about his attitude, man. I'd love to see a look on his face if we actually beat them, but that would be pretty funny.
Indiana?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait. You don't like Kirk Cignetti?
Nah, he's just. I mean, he's a good football coach. He's just not my cup of
bitch. I don't deny that.
Yeah, exactly.
Cocky,
he is,
but backs it up.
Yeah, like, dude, his quote.
Jim Harbaugh was cocky, and he guaranteed an Ohio State win over Ohio State in the '80s. And he backed it up. And Kirk Cignetti talked a big game. Now he's 8-0 at freaking Indiana.
Yeah, dude. And I mean, like, and what was Indiana last year? Do we know?
3-9.
3-9, and they're 8-0, kicking everyone's ass.
That's insane.
Literally kicking everybody's ass. Like, Nebraska almost beat Ohio State today. They beat Nebraska 56-7.
Yeah.
You got we got to get
Ohio State. Like, they should be really concerned about that game. Like, you cannot. If you're Ohio State, you can't. They can't go into that game thinking like dub. Like that they could easily lose that football game. Easily. But
yeah, they were losing. They were down, what, 17-15?
Yeah, dude, honestly, man, I would like to see Donovan Edwards throw the ball every game from here on out, at least one time.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know about every game, but more than
he has the highest completion percentage at the position as a QB.
I think they should do it more than once a year. I mean, I agree with that. I mean, maybe every like 3 games, 4 games, you know? Well, I guess there's only how many games are left? There's only, 4 games left now? So 2 more times.
Did you get? Sorry, go ahead.
That was good. 2 more times. Where'd you go, Nick?
No, what'd you say? I think you cut out there for a second.
Oh, my bad. Donovan Edwards should do it 2 more times.
Oh, yeah. What did you guys give a grade for the defense? Like you guys talked about a little bit, but like they seemed a little boom or bust tonight.
I'd give it a B-. They did their job. They held when they needed to. They got us the victory tonight. They were able to shut Michigan State down on the final drive there.
Yeah.
They were leaky as hell at certain points, though.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I'm B-, C+. Not terrible. Not world-beating. I think a lot of the reason why they weren't world-beating, I mean, if you had Jesse Minner in there calling it, imagine. Whew. This team.
If we had Jesse Minner, this would be a top 10 defense again.
Oh my god.
It really would. And I guarantee you,
it'd be top 5. It'd be top 5.
I guarantee you, Hausman and Barham, the way they're playing right now, would have been like this week 1. If we had Harbaugh and freaking Jesse Minner, those boys would be playing like this week 1.
Jesse Minner, dude, would have these DBs looking completely different. You give him this defensive line, bro. Oh, and by the way, man, listen, I understand Kenneth Grant. He needs to be big, but I'm not kidding, man. Okay, I can blame some of this on Tress, but 4 plays into the fucking game, dude is like Shaq. Like before, I don't know if you guys remember watching Shaq, but like by the time they do the tip off at the beginning of the game, he would be drenched in sweat just from warming up. Kenneth Grant is the same fucking way, dude. 4 or 5 plays in, Michigan State on their first drive. He's got his hands on his hips. He looks like he's soaked. I know, man, but like he's a freak athlete. He needs to drop just like 10 pounds. I think he weighs like 340 right now.
I'm not impressed with Justin Trust. I'm not impressed with Justin Trust because we've had an endurance issue since week 2.
Yep. Yeah, it's been awful, man. Awful. Those dudes' endurance. I don't know. And then what? So you guys were talking about like there's going to be some coaching changes. Who's most likely? Do you guys think Sharon would be open to getting rid of both coordinators or just one?
To me, it depends on the way this recruiting cycle closes. Because if they land, I'll just say it, Bryce Underwood, Derek Meadows. I don't see Ron Bellamy going away.
Oh no!
How do you get rid of Ron Bellamy
dude,
when he pulls Andrew Marsh?
Here's how you.
Derek Meadows and Jacob Washington. You don't
make him. You make him associate head of recruiting or something.
Here's how you make him go the fuck away. Sharon pulls him in his office tonight. He says, "True or false?" Wait, which week is this? Which official week is this? Is this week 7, 6,
8?
Week 8. Okay. True or false, Ron? The best move one of your wide receivers did on a defender was Peyton O'Leary tonight against Michigan, a Michigan State defender, and he literally just turned the other way.
Week 9.
Snapped the dude's ankles. And if he answers true, then he's gone because that's ridiculous.
Okay, let me also just. All right, I wanna clarify something.
He shouldn't even be the coach there right now.
There's people who think it's out of the fucking realm that we would land Underwood. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's far more realistic than you realize.
What do you mean, people in the chat?
Yeah, there's people in the chat. I've had some people on Twitter be like, "It's not happening. It's impossible." Guys, I'm gonna let you know some real shit. It's far more close than you realize. I will just simply leave it there. He is so receptive right now, and what up?
Okay.
Sean McGee was not there last night for no reason.
What have you heard about? Like, how does he actually like? What are we looking at percentage wise? How much NIL matters? Like, It
matters. It matters.
Like, that's like 70.
It's obviously critical. You have to outdo LSU here.
Like, how does he feel about Michigan? I know he's interested in.
He actually likes Michigan, but he doesn't like the system. But what they are proposing to Underwood is this. This system won't be the system if you're the quarterback. We will have a different system. You will be the solution. You will be the answer to the issue here. The reason why we are running the system we are running is because we don't have a quarterback of your capabilities. That's the pitch, right? There is more than one donor currently drawing up contracts right now for Bryce Underwood. Okay, I'll leave it there. So if anyone who thinks the Underwood shit's like crazy, I assure you it's not crazy. I will not guarantee he's going to sign, but I sent John a text a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. And John, what you have heard from that point to where we are now, would you say there's not legitimacy to that?
So I was one of the biggest naysayers.
Yeah, John was. Yeah, I sent John. Listen, John, let me say this. I sent John a text from one of my people that I trust. Mm-hmm. Who is in the know. Mm-hmm. And John even then was like, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Now it's looking possible. Yeah. It's looking, the smoke is there from 3 different sources that it's a possibility, but that's all we can really say without jeopardizing anything. So
yeah, I don't want to go any further than what I've
said. But so they got, it's in the oven. It's
in the oven.
So cooking. Like we'll see what comes out of it. But like what's the timeline? Like, what generally? Like, how long could this? Like, is he, from what you've heard, is he cool with just dragging this out and bouncing offers back and forth between LSU and Michigan, or is he actually like? Would we know in a couple? Like, if he hasn't committed in 3 weeks, then I'm assuming it's cooled off.
So the big thing for me is November 9th. Okay. So November 9th is when LSU plays Alabama. And it's at Alabama. And this is apparently a big recruiting weekend. If I think I'm gonna chill. That's a big date for me. So we'll find out November 9th. I'll know a lot more November 9th. I'll say that. Fuck it, I'll just say it. Okay, November 9th is a major recruiting weekend for LSU. If he shows up to that, then it doesn't mean we're not in the race. But if he doesn't show up, you're going to know your answer.
Yeah, okay. I think it's fair to, judging by what's happened in the past, I think it's fair to say that there's going to come a certain point where Michigan does, if they're just in general with recruiting in general, not with Bryce, but in general, if Michigan is in a battle with another school, like a bidding war with another school, is it fair to say, TJ, that at a certain point Michigan's going to be okay, are you in or are you out? And and there's even now there's going to be a certain point where it's
they're going to fucking play this game all the way to signing day with Underwood. They're not there. It's not like other recruits. Underwood's the one recruit.
It's hard to shut the door like that on a dude who's down the road 10 minutes from
and the answer. You can't shut the road on the answer. So the reality is they're gonna keep working. November, like I said, November 9th is potentially an official visit for Underwood and Meadows. So we'll find out a lot more November 9th. Now, what I know is, listen, there's reception. There's conversations occurring. There's deals being created right now. A lot of money is being discussed, and he's receptive.
Well, wait a second. So Carter Smith reaffirmed his commitment to Michigan. No. So no, I understand that, but I'm just trying to kind of get a clear picture of the quarterback plan next year. So Carter Smith, will they take two quarterback? Will Michigan even take two quarterbacks?
100%. Yeah, okay. They will. Because I'm
saying
I'm going to be very honest. Carter Smith is not a very good quarterback, guys.
No.
He is a great athlete, but not a good quarterback.
Yeah, so I understand that. I was just wondering, is it a situation? Of course, they'd always take Bryce Underwood, but I didn't know if they took Bryce Underwood, if they would tell Carter Smith to kick rocks, or if they'd still take him.
They'll take both. Carter Smith could potentially be a different position.
Yeah, athletically.
Similar to what if everyone remembers, Denard Robinson played a different position, or an Andrew Gentry played a different position. Or was it Zach Gentry? The tight end.
Okay, yeah. Let's assume, just to try to get the full picture, they do flip Bryce Underwood. So you're bringing in Bryce Underwood, Carter Smith. You have Brady Hart in 2026. You have Jaden Davis in his second year. I think Davis Warren is back, right?
Yeah, I have to look. Sure.
Alex Orji is back. Jack Tuttle's done.
Tuttle's done.
Finally.
And then so that would be your QB, but would they still look in the portal for an experience?
No. If they get Underwood, there's no portal. There's no portal.
Okay.
It's done.
Okay, holy shit. Okay.
Yeah,
because they're going to invest. They're going to invest in Underwood.
True freshman, that's
all the money. All the money is going to go to supporting cast.
Yeah,
and they're already prepared to replace a lot of what we're going to lose. They are.
Yeah,
Michigan. I'm so curious to learn about this revenue sharing, because what I've heard is 70 to 80%, which is a lot. We're talking $15 to $17 million in revenue share, on top of NIL, and NIL. Right now, for anyone who's new, or obviously everyone who's watched us for a while, they know, because we talk about this a lot. We have very motivated donors right now and a very organized collective right now. Like they are doing very good. We are doing very good.
Do they have their T's crossed and I's dotted? Because maybe I just have some PTSD, but it would totally be just if
Nick,
I could see the NCAA sniffing up our ass again.
No, we're good.
They can't.
NCAA can't do shit since the Tennessee ruling in February. NCAA has said since the Tennessee ruling in February, the NCAA has said they are no longer regulating this NIL shit. So we're good, bro. And this is why Michigan has a green light right now. Yeah, I mean it's honestly we're in a very the donors are on they're with it, man. And Portnoy is a donor. He's not even the top dog right now.
Yeah, I've heard that. That's really interesting.
There's other donors on Portnoy's level right now, and when I mean other, I mean more than 2, more than 3. Like there are a lot of guys. There's a multiple donors pushing.
Well, we knew it was a possibility, right? With the resources in the alumni base,
No question.
People would be foolish to think that Michigan could not become even the leader in NIL. But like the thing is, like we just didn't know what it was going to take to get them to motivate them to actually pony up the money.
Michigan's NIL is at a top 10 level right now. We'll see if it can get to top 5. I don't know. It's at a top 10 level. It was at top 15. Now it's at top 10 for sure. For sure. And you're seeing that by stealing Shamari Earls, by stealing Babaloa. They're not done, by the way. In terms of attempts, we'll see if they can close. They're working very hard. But one thing I want to give credit, because I was talking, I know who I was talking to. But Ward Manuel. I'm not the biggest Ward fan. We know the position on the channel. Ward Manuel has been a face, and he's been very active in this space. He has been doing what he needs to do to help.
Trying to get that next contract.
That's exactly what it is, by the way. No, his contract's up in 2025. For those who don't know, no question, he's playing ball. But hey,
do you think okay, if he got signed to a second contract, do you think he would keep?
I don't think he will.
You don't think he would stay as aggressive?
Not from what I know.
Slack off.
Not from what I know. There's a contingency within Michigan that wants a new athletic director.
Oh, so what you're saying? Okay, so there are regions who doesn't matter what Ward Manuel's doing as of late. We think we are done with him. We're done.
It's not just regions though. There's like a fucking there's a hierarchy at Michigan. All right, here's what I've been told. There's a hierarchy. There's a portion of the Michigan elite who would like to see the athletic director go in a different direction. But there is a portion who really loves Ward Manuel.
Yep. There are fans.
Yeah.
Why?
Because he's a puppet. He's a good puppet.
Yeah, he plays ball, dude.
He plays the political game.
And
that's why he got AD of the year.
Big 10 championships, 13 Big 10 championships, national championship for football.
Yes.
Some people think
this
that
is political.
Even though you and I can see they're winning in spite of him, they see the results and that's how they look at it, you know?
Yep. Nick, we've got some callers, super chats, and an ad read to get through. So I'm going to ask you for a final thought and your wrap up thought of this game.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm glad that if they would have lost, man, the conversations we'd be having right now would be, I'm glad we can avoid those, at least for the time being. But, and then just hopefully, man, I'm really just constantly frustrated by this defense. The inconsistencies, some of it just, dude, like I knew when Aiden Childs got that intentional grounding and it was 2nd and 24, you could just feel it in your bones. They were going to do some dumb shit and give up a first down. And that just happens on and off. This defense either is playing lights out or they're playing really bad. And I hope that, I don't know, they can just raise their floor a little bit. So we'll see.
Let's hope.
All right, guys. Thanks for taking my call. Peace.
Thanks, Nick. Go Blue. All right. TJ, we got quite a few additional super chats here. So Elisha with the 2, Mullings was fighting an MSU coach. So not just a player, but actually a coach.
That's a step too far. If that is the case, then that's a step too far.
Yeah.
I'll have to relook at it. I looked at it, but obviously, as you guys know, when you look at it just one time, I don't see everything. I didn't even see Mullings specifically, so I probably shouldn't speak until I see the actual situation.
Yeah, I was prepping for the show, and I saw a little bit of the scuffle, and I did see Mullings was kind of stomping on something, and I didn't know who or like what, because like it was just a big ass group of people. But coach is eek.
Yeah, there's I mean, you can cross lines for sure.
Adam Lamparello with the 20 burger. TJ
you.
and John, Jimmy Rogers will be the next great Michigan coach.
So for those who don't know, that's the South Dakota head coach, our friend Adam Lamparello, who is the voice of the Rutgers channel at the Voice of College Football. He's a firm believer that he'd be a great fit. He was also a firm believer, shout out to Adam Lamparello, that Davis Warren should have been the quarterback. And here we are. Davis Warren's the quarterback. Adam Lamparello does know ball. Very, very analytically savvy football savant, maybe. But yeah, no. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Sherrone Moore is going to get another year for sure. I am currently on the Kurt Signetti train, though.
Me too.
Yeah.
Elisha with the 5. Indiana's well coached, but there is a decent chance we can still win. I think MSU was and is the most physical team we'll play all year.
I don't.
Wow.
I don't.
I think it's Indiana or Ohio or Indiana is playing tough ball, man.
Listen, I think Oregon is more physical than Michigan State. I think Ohio State is more physical than Michigan State. And I think Indiana plays fucking good football, bro. Now I will say this. There were moments in this game. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't bring this up. Elijah just reminded me. There was moments in this game where we were out physical. For real. For real, man. We're not used to that. And and to me, that's a culture situation.
That's questionable.
Yeah.
Fuck Ohio. I very much appreciate that name.
Good friend.
And the membership too.
Good friend. Good friend.
Not beating Oregon with or without Mullings. Yeah, probably screwed in that one. But we will break it all down for you with Spencer McLaughlin, who's going to be on the show Tuesday from Locked On Ducks. And then, we'll be doing some Oregon cross-promotional content, and we'll be analyzing this from every angle. It's it's not one I would put to the bank. Michigan's definitely winning, but hey, there were points today where I thought, okay, you know what? If they can do this for a whole game, Michigan could make it a game against Oregon. But then those moments went into the run up the middle, 3rd and 9.
The problem is we cannot play a complete game.
Right.
Defensively, we can't play a complete game. We have moments where we look damn good. And then we have moments where it's like, what the fuck, dude?
Right.
Offensively, we have moments where it's like, oh, creative, clever. And then we have moments where it's like predictable, garbage, inconsistent. Dude, that's why we are not a playoff team right now.
Yeah, I think, and there's some debate. Well, Ohio isn't physical. I think Indiana and Oregon are looking physical, but Ohio, look, I mean, they have dogs. They do have dogs on that team.
They're gonna out physical us. I think
Judkins is a dog. I'm just gonna say that. Like in the run game, he might not have done much today. He's a dog. Caleb Downs, Michigan's 23 team might have outsped him, but he's a legit player.
Of course.
Like there are players on that team that are going to cause problems. Douglas with the 5, always a big fan of those super stickers. Thank you so much for that 5 and for that contribution. Elisha with the 2. I think MSU is the 3rd best offense we've faced. So Texas, USC would be 2nd best. So yeah, I mean, I could see it. Yeah.
No, I don't.
Wait, who would be
better than Michigan State?
Oh, Washington. So would Washington be? So would USC be 4, or so it'd be MSU 3rd, USC 4th?
Let's see. I mean, I gotta look.
Yeah, statistically,
so
I don't know.
If you look statistically, bro, Indiana has the #1 offense in Big Ten.
Good Lord.
I didn't even know that till right now. Washington is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. USC is 6th. Michigan State is 11th. Illinois is 12th.
Got it.
We're 16th.
Yeah.
We're 16th out of 18, bro.
Christ.
We are 16th out of 18.
Unacceptable.
The only offenses worse than us are UCLA and Northwestern. We may make a bowl game, bro.
Ayo. Pop-Tarts Bowl. We were saying this before the show. Pop-Tarts Bowl. Let's go.
If we make the Pop-Tarts Bowl, I'm eating Pop-Tarts post-game. Period.
Absolutely. I'm with you.
If we win. If we don't win, I'm drinking. Fuck it. Fuck it.
Elisha threw another one at us with the 5. Kirk is getting another wink or another year, or watch. Wink is gone. Oregon and Ohio State will help with that. So is he saying Kirk is getting another year, or yeah?
Well, listen, decisions are going to need to be made.
Another year. That's what Elisha meant.
I think Kirk's going to get another year. I really do think Kirk's.
I do too.
I think. Here's how I think they're looking at it. We have a quarterback problem, not a coaching problem. I really think they think that. Well, I don't know if they. I think maybe in the back of their mind they're like, oh shit, maybe. But I think that's what they're selling to the administration, is that we have a quarterback problem. So if we solve the quarterback problem, we're good. All right, listen, John, I've actually thought about this. Let me just lay this out. Here is how. Write this down. Receipts. I know the Buckeyes are listening. Here's how I think this will play out. Sharon is going to get another year. I think Kirk is going to get another year.
Yes.
Ward is gone in 2025. We get a new athletic director. 2025 is going to be an assessment year for Sharon Moore. And then they're going to figure out if Sharon Moore is the answer or not. And then the new athletic director will figure out a replacement, or if he feels Sharon Moore is the answer. And we will know that after 2025. That is
what
how
about Wink? What would you say about Wink?
I think Wink might be replaced. I really do.
I think so too. I hope so. I hope they go get Danton Lynn from USC.
But USC's defense isn't even that good.
I think he would do better with. I mean, he's got the Ravens background, the Ravens style background. He's got. He would have the pieces here.
USC's defense is 4th in the Big Ten right now. It's ahead of Ohio State's.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm dead wrong. I had it backwards.
Oh.
USC's defense
4th. Worse?
15th in the Big Ten. 15th.
Okay.
I had it backwards. I had it backwards.
Okay. All right. Kinetic says promote Lamar.
He's
Lamar Morgan.
Although, I mean, listen, an understudy to Jesse Minter at Vanderbilt. He's not ready though. In my opinion.
Detective Loki also just threw another membership gift, so we appreciate that, Detective Loki. And Detective Loki is tonight's Oprah with respect to membership gifts. So let us know who got the membership gift, because, again, I can't keep up. But what we do want to do is, we're going to get to some more calls here in a second. But before we get to calls, we do want to give Win Agency another shout out here. Michigan Postgame Live is sponsored by Win Agency, and they're letting you know that, hey, Michigan and rival fans, while we may not all agree on football teams, there's one thing we can all agree on. Everyone needs great health coverage. Win Agency writes health insurance in nearly 20 states. So whether you're cheering for the Wolverines or for some reason rooting for a rival, they're here to help you find the perfect plan. Check out their website at winagency.com or give them a call at 810-241-3562 to see if they can help you find great coverage for Michigan fans, and yes, even for our rivals.
Yeah, and I just want to say this. If individuals want to work for a company, or I'm sorry, if they want to look for a company they can work with that they can trust, Win Agency, and I mean this because I know them, that's a company you can trust. Okay. I highly recommend, if anyone is looking for healthcare coverage, please reach out to Win Agency. I assure you this, we would not have them as a sponsor if we did not feel confidently that they are fully in the position to cater to our audience in the most professional, trustworthy manner. And I know this from personal experience. So please reach out to Win Agency. They are legitimate as can possibly be. No question, good people, good individuals. They mean well in all regards. Shout out to Win Agency. We greatly appreciate their partnership with our channel. Again, just shout out. They're part of the team. They bleed blue, good individuals. That's what matters.
And also, don't forget, folks, that's very true. And we have them up on the upper right, no matter what, throughout the whole episode because of their contributions. We also want to give a shout out to Mark Rogers, voice of college football, who just wrote a book, and it's called Disputed National Champions. You can get it on Amazon now about the historic 1990s reset. So you can read all about the 90s and those disputed national champions as we get into the BCS National Championship era. Go ahead and get your copy now. You can get it delivered. I just got mine the other day, and it's a nice read. I like the big font. The big font is good.
Does it come out the 29th of October officially?
Yeah, officially. But you can order
Pre-order.
Yeah.
Yep.
There it is. There it looks nice, and it's a
Cover's
quick
fire, dude.
Yeah, it is fire. All right, let's get some more calls with some. So Wolverine Casual is a brand new YouTube member, so I'm very curious to see what Wolverine Casual has to say about the game, the big rivalry win tonight. Wolverine Casual, if you can unmute yourself, we will bring you up in just a second here. And meanwhile, looks like Detective Loki has gifted another membership. So just gifted one just 20 minutes ago, did another one just now. So 2 people just got Those Who Stay Will Be Champions memberships. And thank you for that. And Elisha.
Aaron Beach got a membership.
Aaron Beach.
Shout out to Aaron Beach. Yep.
Aaron Beach just got 30 free days of Those Who Stay Will Be Champions. So congratulations. And finally, Elisha with the $1.99. Any of our wide receivers hit 100 yards on the season today?
Yes. So Samaj Morgan is the first and only wide receiver to have 100 yards,
106.
106 yards on the year.
Woo!
Some players will do that in one game, but our players will do that in 7 or 8 or whatever the hell it is. Hey, Colson Loveland has 344 yards, though. Shout out to Colson Loveland.
Absolutely. All right, let's try this out. Wolverine Casual, if you can unmute yourself here.
Waiting for a long time, John.
I know. All right. We will try you back in just a second here, but we are going to get to our next caller, who is, I believe, Keith Rebar. Yes, Keith Rebar in the house. Hey, Keith.
Hey, guys. I'm not muted, am I?
You are good.
All right. Yeah, good game today. The best part of the game is there's a lot of teaching lessons they can work on, and we got the dub.
Yeah, no, exactly. Right. Like, can you learn with victory is really the key. Look, I predicted we would, John, I think you did too. We predicted we would lose today, right?
Yep.
We thought the spread of 7 points was crazy. You know, like when they opened it up, the line was like 7 points. So listen, shout out to they got the dub today. They actually played pretty. I mean, what's crazy is as bad as we played, it was still better than Michigan State, right? So great victory. We beat little brother. I mean, in my opinion, it's actually a hell of a win. And we really should have appreciated it. You know, John, I'll be honest, like looking, we lost, did we lose Keith? But I just
No.
want to say this. I really feel like, John, and to our community here, we really should appreciate this victory more because we beat an in-state rival who is literally trying to claw their way back to relevancy. We smacked their ass the fuck down. Like, get down, bro. Get the fuck down. And Michigan, they handled business, bro. They handled it. They got the job done. They did what they needed to do. Keith is back.
I got him.
So yeah, man. I mean, it really is a good victory. I mean, to be honest, this shows that the culture is not dead. There's still fight, and it's good to see.
Yes, and I forgot where I was because I did what John did. I hit something and I picked up.
Just whoops. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and one of those learning things is we could still get a much better quarterback play. The thing I wanted to bring up was, did you see Ohio State's third down efficiency today?
No, I didn't. I didn't look at the numbers like that.
1 for 13.
Wow.
Third base. Everyone throw the Ryan Day emoji in chat. That's beautiful.
And Crying Ryan almost got a technical
yeah. He almost got a Jim Harbaugh unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike, yeah. He was crying and the fans tried the old Texas trick, throw water bottles on the field.
I mean, if I was an Ohio fan dealing with this amateur hour, you want to go undefeated every year. You want to beat your Michigan every year, and you're barely beating Nebraska. But remember, Urban had one win a year, or one game a year. Urban lost a game that he shouldn't lose. So there's selective memory over there in Columbus because they forget that you like Urban? Oh well, he got his ass beat by Iowa. He got his ass beat by Purdue. Virginia Tech. Every year there was like a game that he shouldn't have lost. So there's selective memory on this whole. We want to be undefeated every year, and we don't want to lose a single game because sometimes you lose a game. It happens.
Yeah, but what's the name of Urban Meyer's restaurant? Do you know?
Are us? I don't know. What is it?
What's the name of Urban Meyer's restaurant? It's 7-0.
Yeah,
is that what it is?
Urban Meyer's Pint House, but I believe that they have a menu item called the 7-0.
No, the name of the restaurant is 7-0. I think he said that multiple times on the show. The name of his restaurant is 7-0, and he said Woodson.
Urban Meyer's 7-0 Pint House.
Yeah,
no,
there it is.
It's called Urban Meyer's Pint House. That's what it is. I see the picture. Okay. It says, all right, I got a picture of it. It says Urban Meyer's Pint House, circle 7-0. But we all know that's fucking bullshit. The refs helped his ass out.
Yes, they did.
The food looks amazing though.
Yeah,
but I would go
Alex Martin is an Ohio fan, but he is saying we hate Day. So that's from an Ohio fan here who is also a fan of our channel.
No. You want to know something funny, John? I saw a lot of Ohio State fans today. We want Kurt Signetti.
I heard
everybody
that too.
wants Kurt Signetti right now. Kurt Signetti is the name of the hot name right now. But hey, I'm not gonna lie, I would go to Urban Meyer's. This place looks fantastic. Does anyone see the food here? Holy shit!
Well, you could go, TJ.
I'll wear my Michigan jersey.
Yeah, try to go and recruit him to come over to Michigan.
I'll go. I don't give a shit.
Did you see Urban Day's clock management in the last 3 minutes of the game? He had like 3 minutes and change the ball and gave it back to Indiana with 1:44 left, and it was at damn near the 40-yard line. So Day does so many dumb things and walks away because he's got an uber talented team.
He does. No, he does. I mean, listen, he has one thing that I think is, I'm going to get some shit here. One thing that I think is funny about Ohio State fans is they think Ryan Day is, how can we can't, like, I'm going to call our owner right now, Mark Rogers. So he's like, how are we going to replace Ryan Day? It's like, listen, you have all the resources in the world. That's why Ryan Day is Ryan Day. Like, is he an offensive? Okay. Offensively, is he one of the best minds in? Yes. Is he a leader of men? Fuck no. Soft as butter, Ryan Day. Get out of here. like, no. The reality is you can do better. They can do better. Kurt Cignetti is the leader of men. That's the leader of men. If they get Kurt Cignetti, I'm gonna be pissed. They won't do that though. We are more likely to get Kurt Cignetti than they are, and we're not getting rid of Sherrone Moore either. So what I'm worried about is Florida. I think Florida might go after Kurt Cignetti.
Everybody's gonna go after Kurt Cignetti. Like everybody.
Well, don't do it. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
No one's allowed to touch him until we are next year.
Michigan is a better job than Florida. But Ohio State's a better job than Michigan.
You're right. Yeah, I'll admit that. I don't give a shit. I mean, but
depends on your definition of better, and it depends on your because I would never take the Ohio State job, not just because of my fandom, but also because of the ridiculous expectations of the fan base, where you have to win every game or they're calling for your job. Like that to me, mental health wise, is like. That's like a bridge too far. Like even Alabama, they're not happy with DeBoer, but because he beat Georgia, like he's getting another year.
Oh, for sure. And they kicked Missouri's ass today.
They did.
But let me say this too, though. If Michigan, the way things are trending right now in terms of full support for the sport programs, it might not be the better job. It really might. Like, I feel like if you get a Santa Ono-esque athletic director and you have this donor backing, I'd argue it's not a better job. I think Michigan has more to offer.
Well,
the only thing that makes Ohio State the better job is they are all in on their sports. That's it. It's not academics. It's not resources. None of that shit. Michigan is hands over fist better than Ohio State. It's just Ohio State takes it a bit more serious than we do, but that's changing. That is evolving right now. So shout out to Michigan because we're getting our shit together.
Yeah. I want to pat myself on the back a little bit. I don't expect you guys to remember my prediction, but I said it was 24-10 Michigan.
Okay.
Yeah.
and Moose alongside you also predicted a Michigan win. I think he went 24-20.
But it was 24-17. Where's the pat? No pat.
Okay. Maybe you can stomp on me.
No.
Oh man.
You're a part of the legend tier of the community. No way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it was a good win today. Every win is a good win, and it's nice to be back on this side of the fence.
Yeah, and what's good is listen, I don't expect to win next week, but let's see what the boys can do. I want to see what the boys. I actually see growth. I saw growth today. I saw growth with players. I see players getting better, like Jayshon Barham. I see a coaching staff actually doing better. Let's see what the boys can do. Indiana's going to be the real test. I want to see what we do against Indiana. I think Indiana's going to fuck us up. But here's the reality though. we are more talented than Indiana. We are more talented. They have a better quarterback. We are more talented than Indiana. We should beat Indiana if we outcoach them. That's what, now we're gonna find out. Right, we're gonna find out real quick about coaching quality in that game.
You know who else said that, TJ?
Huh?
8 other teams this year so far.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I agree. No,
he's killing it. He's
got
killing
those
it.
boys playing great, man. I've been on the Indiana Kurt Cinetti train since like week 2, so I am all about it.
He beat the shit out of Nebraska, who took Ohio State to the wire, pretty much.
Yep.
So like,
Cignetti's the truth, man. Like
he's legit.
People were giving me shit about Cignetti, bro. I'm telling you, he's legit, man. If anyone's watching this and they're unfamiliar with Kurt Cinetti, of the head coach of Indiana, I'm telling you, this guy is a name to know. Legit.
So Keith, let's have you chime in on this super chat with us. Low key one with the $2. How about Jim Leonard for defensive coordinator? How about that? That is doesn't he want to be in the NFL or something? I don't, because he was somebody I wanted US. You know, I tapped him for USC, but that didn't work out.
Well, Michigan's a better job than USC for Leonard.
Yeah.
USC has got to be the worst DC jobs there is. They get some of the most talented linebackers, defensive backs, defensive linemen, and they underperform for the last 30 years. They've been underperforming.
So are we talking about which Jim Leonard are we talking about?
Wisconsin.
Former Wisconsin.
Just so everyone knows, there's another Jim Leonard who's coaching for the Denver Broncos. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'm very curious to see what Sharon does here, because in my opinion, it's a critical year for him. If he does not make the proper adjustments this offseason, the seat is going to get hot real quick.
It's the same guy, base, by the way. It's so he was Wisconsin. He spent a year, I forgot about this. He spent a year as a senior football analyst at Illinois last year, and then he got hired at the Broncos.
Oh, so it's the same guy?
That's what I remember. Yeah, that's what I remember. He was a special advisor, and I was going to ask TJ if he wasn't the special advisor at Denver, but I guess he got maybe the DC job at Denver.
D-backs coach and passing game coordinator.
Okay, I was making sure. Okay, that's making sure I was on the same page. Okay, so
he's excellent. He's excellent.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember him at Wisconsin. I do remember him. So,
yeah, and he knows the Big Ten. He knows physical defense.
I would like it. I would like it. We'll see, though. I mean, listen, I feel confident Michigan's going to give Sharon the resources to get the right people. I feel so confident about Michigan's focus right now on athletics. I really do. But you got to listen. You can have all the resources in the world. You got to make the right decisions. It's what it is.
Absolutely, and Harbaugh was obviously much better at making big decisions than Moore.
Yeah,
a lot more experience at it.
There's a reason why Harbaugh is legitimately one of the best coaches in the world,
and did it at both levels.
Exactly, regardless of league, right? Regardless of league, like he is legitimately a CEO. Very rare, very rare.
True. Yeah, 3-3. He's 3-3 right now. He's and Justin Herbert has not been fully healthy. So his defense is ridiculous. Getting Jesse Minter, to go up with him, that was he was making Patrick Mahomes have problems. They still won, but it's hard to do that. So on the DC conversation, Elisha is saying, I wonder who sweats more, Joel Klatt watching Ohio State struggle, or Wink trying to call a logical play on 3rd and long.
Wink.
Wink. Yeah, because Joel Klatt's a Colorado fan.
Yeah, I don't even listen. It's so funny. I've talked about this before. I don't feel like Joel Klatt's Ohio State lean. Ohio State fans think Joel Klatt's a Michigan lean, by the way.
Yeah.
By the way, I just want to say Shamari Earls just got another crystal ball to Michigan.
Woo!
So, by Brian Doan of 247.
Lock it in. Boom. Let's go.
I just want to say recruiting's strong right now. I just want to say that right now. I just want to vocalize how strong recruiting is right now.
Can Bryce Young be a crystal ball if he's already committed?
Underwood, you mean?
Yeah, Underwood.
Yeah,
Sorry.
You could do crystal ball flips. You can flip.
Okay.
You can flip things. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not going to come. I feel very confidently if Bryce Underwood is flipping, the insiders who know are not going to say anything publicly until it happens.
What's the viewer count at, John? Can you say it now?
For everything or YouTube?
YouTube.
283.
No, that's probably too many, huh? Can I say it? Can I say it?
Say what?
Who was at the game today?
Oh, I don't think Underwood was at the game today.
My little birdie said he was.
Okay. Well, I know. Okay.
Take your word. The Keith Rebar report is coming up next, where you can learn all about that. But yeah, we're gonna keep our lips sealed.
I've heard something unique, but I can't confirm the second part. I know something earlier today, though.
Yep. My sources said yesterday and the game today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Low-key one, just answering your question, TJ. Yeah, the old Badger defensive coordinator. Yep. And now he's in the NFL, and I think that's where he wants to be. However, D-backs coach the NFL versus the defensive coordinator make $2 million as defensive coordinator at the Michigan Wolverines.
And yes,
I don't know. That sounds pretty good.
Michigan can do it.
I would say the DC job is better than the passing game coordinator. But obviously, if he wants the job in the pros, he's better to stay there and climb up to full DC there.
Well,
so
here's the thing though. There's a reason why people from pros come to college for coordinator positions, because the next step is a head coaching position, which is really what most coaches want. If he can't, and we saw this with our guys, right? So Jesse Minner, they didn't become head coaches, but they became coordinators at a professional level. Jesse Minner, Mike McDonald. So, it's there is appeal. There's definitely appeal to come back to college level to become a coordinator.
Yep. So yeah, but I think we'd be very fortunate to get Leonard. I would say the rush lane defense was much degraded this time. But I got to tell you this: I think Michigan State has a pretty good front seven, and they certainly brought their A game today. At the end of the first quarter, it was 124 yards for Michigan State and 1 for Michigan.
Yep, I remember. I tweeted it.
Yep. And that's that's how ready Michigan State was to come in. And I was going to say this. After I hung up on the call on Thursday, I should have said the keys to the game is be effing ready for Michigan State. Because I don't think we were effing ready for Illinois, and I don't think we were effing ready for Washington.
Yep. Final thoughts for us?
Okay, final thoughts are chances are slim and none against Oregon, but if our defensive line can get a decent push and maintain the rush lane discipline like we know they can, we can beat anybody, including Ohio. So it's all up to our defensive line and what they can hold Oregon down to.
Yeah.
I would say defensive line and quarterback play.
Yeah. If Davis Warren can pull enough together, I mean, look, nobody's expecting him to beat JJ. But there were times today where he looked like JJ. Now when I say that, I'm not saying like across the body pass in the Western Michigan game. I'm not saying Alabama crazy one-handed. No, I'm saying when JJ was like getting 3rd and 7s, 3rd and 9s here, and we realized how much we missed that this year early in the year when those weren't happening anymore, and we were like, whoa, wait, what's different? Oh yeah, JJ's gone and he can't bail us out on 3rd anymore. But we saw today Davis Warren on multiple occasions did that, or he was able to at least continue passing enough to help open things up. And if that continues and they can be a little bit more creative than 2 runs and then a 3rd and 9. There were times when we saw what they could do. Flea flickers and double passes, Donovan Edwards. There were things. There were screens. There were wide receiver reverses and kind of running stuff going on with Samaj. I mean, there was stuff. And it caused the defense on Michigan State's side to have additional things to think about.
I absolutely agree with you, John. A couple of the sustained drives that Warren had today, I said to my friends at dinner, I said, this reminds me of the big drives in the Alabama game. They were mixing the run and the pass. Mm-hmm. They were converting on 3rd and 4th downs. They were doing everything they needed to get down and score and beat the other team.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
All
okay,
right,
good guys. Great. Great to be on with you, of course. I consider you legends too, and go blue.
Go blue, Keith. Thank you for being on with us at 1 a.m, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Keith.
Okay.
Go blue. Member of our Connor Stallions espionage team.
I'm gonna say this.
And
Keith
friend of the program.
Favorite. Keith might be my favorite.
Wow.
I think Keith's my favorite. Keith is like unique, man.
Yeah.
Keith is like a national treasure. Like, I think the community really loves Keith.
Absolutely. Keith. Good dude. Coming up next, we got Colby Schmidt.
I think Colby Schmidt just walked away, man.
Colby Schmidt just walked away. No.
He's back.
Oh, there he is.
He's back.
He is. Okay, he's coming back.
Oh, my man.
Ayo.
What's up, Colby?
Colby's ready to party over here.
Today, I think today calls for some Woodson bourbon whiskey.
Let's go, bro.
There it is. Look at that. Our buddy Charles Woodson, of course, as for those of you who don't know, he has a line of whiskeys and also wines. So if you're a fan of whiskey or you're a fan of wine, support our boy Charles Woodson.
Does he really?
Woodson whiskey and Woodson wines.
Let's reach out to him.
We should.
We will. We will. We'll miss you. Hey, so what's up, my friend? You've been waiting for a long time. How you feeling, bro?
Thank you.
Oh, I'm feeling great. I mean, wasn't pretty, but I'll take any win at this point, especially against little brother. I mean,
yeah.
Kirk Campbell was coaching for his job today.
Yeah. I think a lot of people were. I mean, I think that if I do believe, and I said this on a couple of occasions, that the only way Sharon Moore doesn't get another year is if Michigan misses a bowl,
right?
And if Michigan loses today. So Michigan winning today, in my opinion, probably like Sharon Moore's getting another year unless Michigan doesn't win a single game from here on. And I think Michigan will probably beat Northwestern.
Yeah, it's probably it, honestly.
Yeah.
I think
maybe more.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe I'm not going to say only Northwestern.
Okay.
Ohio State is not impressive, guys.
I would love that, man. I would love that.
Oh my gosh, that
redeems
the program.
if Michigan beats Ohio State in Columbus for the 4th straight year in a row, that redeems the entire fucking thing.
Oh,
we might take 5 hours just to do it.
That'd be almost as good as winning a national title. Almost.
This
I
year,
don't know.
this year
definitely.
it would be a national title
with
this
all
year.
the crap that was going on. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
Usually I would go to one of these games, but I was like, I'm not going to spend my money on this crappy team, and it's a 2-hour drive for me. And my brother was like, I don't blame you. I was working out during the game actually, and I caught the game on my phone. I'm like, maybe I should have gone.
I mean, this would have been a good one to go to be real with you. I wouldn't mind being there for this one. Weather was solid as fuck. Night game. To be real with you, a night game would be so fun for a rivalry game. Like,
this
would have been a good one to go to. I'll be honest. And then you go hit some bars afterwards, and like, it probably would be.
I was at that night game a couple of years ago with the fight in the tunnel. I actually walked through the tunnel with Mrs. Harbaugh. So like, the day after that day, people were like, Colby, did you start that fight in the tunnel? And I'm like, no.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's your thoughts on do you think we have the quarterback for the rest of the year, or what's your thoughts on that?
I'm not sure. I don't think he's the solution, but I think he's probably the best quarterback on the roster. And I think Orgy is probably best for those packages. What I would like to see, though, is like, remember that play Denard did against Notre Dame in 2010 where he was like running and then Notre Dame bit and then he just threw it over the top? I wish they could do that with him. I know he can't throw, but I wish they would do something like that with him.
Well, I mean, I think with Orgy, you can do that if he bites. If they bite, and we saw Michigan State tonight, they bit. It left, what was it, Colson Lovin wide open?
Was that
Colson Lovin?
Yeah, was that Orgy or was that Edwards?
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. You're right. It was Edwards. But I think you can. There's no question you should be able to pull that off with Orgy, right?
Absolutely.
Because
they think he's going to run it every time.
That's what I was going to say. With Orgy, the way Kirk Campbell has been setting it up, or maybe it's not even intentional. Maybe it's just a product of what it is. But Orgy has ran it 8 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10. You should be able to get a defense to bite and take advantage of it.
Absolutely.
You really should. And Orgy should be capable of throwing a pass just like Edwards was able to throw a pass, right?
Yeah, if Edwards or Tim Tebow, the way Florida used Tim Tebow, we should be able to use it how we did Orgy.
Tebow's in it. Fucking.
Oh, no, not Tim Tebow in his career. I'm talking Tim Tebow's freshman year. The way Florida used him, there's no reason why we can't use Orgy that way.
Yeah, Tim Tebow's. I don't even understand Tim Tebow.
Yeah, Orgy.
He's a terrible passer, but he was so great in college.
Yeah, it's very interesting how Alex Orgy, when he's actually quarterback, that the QB runs when they do call them, they're not as effective. Although that's because when Alex Orgy's QB won the whole game, defenses know he can't pass or that they don't want to have him pass.
Right.
So it's harder. Whereas when they're not sure what's going to happen, like Davis Warren at least provides the threat of a pass. And sometimes, he did complete some passes today. He did go 13 for 19, 123 yards and a touchdown. For Michigan, that's one of the better quarterback performances of the whole damn year.
I think that might be the best, actually.
That's
in terms of efficiency.
That is
he
up there.
Didn't turn it over. I thought he actually looked pretty comfortable in the pocket.
I agree. So it does. So it opens up. My point anyway was just it opens up that dynamic, and so then Alex Orgy can be more effective and go 10 yards a possession or carry.
I want to bring back I don't know. I remember Adam, the USC fan, was on the show a couple of weeks ago when you guys were talking about they should have stuck with Warren. I don't disagree with him. Looking back,
no, so I reached a point of Davis Warren after last game. Adam has been very adamant. Davis Warren was a quarterback we should have stuck with from the beginning. But I'll say when did we move on from? It was the Arkansas State game, right, John?
Yeah,
where
when he threw 3
like
picks.
3 interceptions?
Three interceptions, yeah.
hard to stick with a guy. Like,
yeah, it is.
To me, he needed time on the bench, right? And listen, Alex Orji got us the victory against USC. So
did he get us the victory, or did Khalil Mullings?
But he was the quarterback, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to stick with him. You're not going to replace him because he wasn't the cause of a loss, right?
No,
so
he wasn't.
Because of that, but then against Washington,
he couldn't throw a ball over the line of scrimmage.
Right? So then the Jack Tunnel experiment begins, and here we are with Davis Warren again. And Davis Warren's the answer for the rest of the year. He's not elite, but he's the best of what it is.
No, if he can just be like what Trent Dilfer was with the Ravens, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I mean, I actually thought Davis Warren made some plays that were above game manager quality. I mean, the way he went through his progressions, the way he extended certain plays.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if he gets more comfortable. I mean, he should.
Yeah, he gets more time. He wasn't jittery either. Like Tuttle last week, he was not moving in the pocket at all. Like, yeah, he didn't have any time to throw, but it's like, dude, move a little bit in the pocket. Maybe you won't get sacked so many times.
Absolutely, he should get better every week. And now next week's a hell of a test. But I mean, what if Michigan beats Oregon or in Indiana? Or Ohio State. If they beat one of those,
Dylan Gabriel will have to throw 5 interceptions, and all of them have to be for touchdowns.
Dylan Gabriel's not even that special.
No,
he's not. He might break the all-time passing record.
I'll give him this. He's an experienced quarterback, and you can tell. Like when he assesses situations, he assesses defenses. Like he has moments where you can tell, okay, this is a guy who has been around. But he's not. I wouldn't say he's special. I don't think he's.
I think his receivers are special.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tez Williams or whatever. Yeah,
Tez Johnson and
Tez whatever.
Tez Johnson and I can't remember who they.
Is it Johnson? Whatever.
Yeah, Johnson.
He's
and
legit.
Then,
he's legit.
Jordan James is pretty fast too, as most Oregon running backs are. Who's the tight end they got? Ferguson. That guy's pretty good too.
Yeah, no. Listen, Oregon's good. I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I feel like with a quarterback, Michigan is more competitive. It frustrates me, and I'm sure the fan base feels this way. Could you imagine if we figured this out sooner?
Yeah, if we actually had really competent coaching and decent quarterback play, we'd be 6-1.
6-1.
With just the loss of Texas, and
it would all be alive. It would all be
alive, and we'd be like, "Geez, we're still legit. Oh, we're gonna beat Ohio State. We're gonna compete for a national title again." Sharon's the guy. Like, give him a max contract. Everyone would be saying that,
right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think we would see some weaknesses, but we would still be 6-1. We'd be a top 10 team. Now, granted, I would still say Oregon and Ohio State are better, but
you wouldn't have this mentality that we're just gonna fold over. Yeah,
I agree.
Quick reminder for those just joining us: final score of this game: Michigan 24, Michigan State little brother 17. This feels good. Feels good to say that out loud over and over. Because fuck little brother. And Colby, what's a kind of final thought for us as we have a couple more super chats and a caller to hit here. So let us know what you think as we wrap up here.
2 things. One, I like the Jim Leonard idea. I forgot about him. And the other one was what the hell were they doing putting Mason Graham on the edge?
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, man. What's going
John's
on
biggest
there?
Issue, dude. John was giving me shit all game about that.
It's not like it's been just this game. He's been doing that.
But it was a lot. But it was a lot this game.
That's like putting Vince Wilfork as an edge rusher.
Yeah, like what the hell? He's not an edge. He's one of the best interior D linemen in the freaking country. And you're putting him on the edge. And I understand, like, there schematically what he was doing, like it was kind of like a little bit of a disguise because it was designed where he goes there and then he goes kind of back to his same position where he's supposed to match up against the other. Like I get conceptually a little bit, but at the same time it's like it's not working. And every time he calls that, because
you should do that with is Aaron Donald.
Yeah, Aaron Donald. But you see what I'm saying? Like so every time that happened today, MSU went for a 20-yard, 30-yard run. So it didn't work. So he needs to stop doing that.
No,
immediately.
He needs to stop.
$2 million. $2 million. This guy's getting.
Oh, I know. $2 million to be on the edge and probably get exposed.
He's one of the highest paid coordinators in college football.
Yeah, I'm sure he's loving that.
Holy shit. I just looked at how many people
we're paying him $2 million to be crappy.
Yeah, I mean, there's moments where the defense looks really good, but like again, like
but the missed tackles is an issue. Like that never would have happened last year. We were not missing tackles last year.
You know what's crazy? I just thought about Brian Jean-Marie is probably not going anywhere. These linebackers are playing great. Look how good Houseman and Barham's playing right now.
Yeah, was he the one that Minter recommended, or who was it that he recommended?
No, Minter recommended Lamar Morgan.
Okay. Yeah, no, our linebackers are playing much improved. I know that was Wake's specialty when he was with the Ravens, but I'm not sure if they're because of him or because of Brian Jean-Marie.
Could be a combo. Could be. I mean, who knows? But I think I'll put it at Jean-Marie more so than.
I want to make an announcement.
Okay.
We are officially 250 away from catching Ohio State at the Voice of College Football.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, we are at 250 now. 200. So if anyone is watching who is not a subscriber, please subscribe to the channel. We are 250 subscribers away from catching our rival, Ohio State, at the Voice of College Football, who is above us. Fuck those guys. We are looking to surpass them and keep them behind us as they should be because we are Michigan. They shouldn't beat us at anything, not even beer pong, debate club, Uno, nothing. So please help us get ahead of them. Please subscribe to the channel. We greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Like, I was thinking, what I was thinking about today?
What's that?
A Buckeye. That is the dumbest fucking mascot name ever. You're a nut, bro. There's no value to you. You're not even one of the top nuts. There's so many nuts better than a buck nut. Garbage, bro. And they're proud of that shit. It's crazy to me.
I like peanuts.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, peanuts
are
good.
There's so many better nuts than a buck nut. That's some bullshit. Like, who thought of that? Who thought of that? We taught you Script Ohio. We taught you football.
You got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame there.
And it shouldn't even be there. It should be in Detroit. We all know that.
Of course it should be.
Everybody knows that. Even there's rock and roll artists who say that all the time. Dude, Buckeyes are Buckeye.
Yeah. The Motown Museum's a good time, though, in Detroit. So it was a good time.
USA. No, but I mean, I'm serious. So, like, a Buckeye.
Yeah, no, I didn't even know what the hell that was when I was a kid.
When I was a kid too. When I was a kid, I was like, "What is a Buckeye?" What? I had no idea. I thought it was a deer's eye, a buck's eye.
Yeah. Yeah. When they told me it was a nut, I'm like, "That's the name you picked." I'm like, "You chose your nickname after a nut?"
Like we're a fucking Wolverine, bro. We will claw your shit up, bro.
Wolverine.
Crazy. They're proud of it. They're proud of it.
Jesus.
And you know what else is crazy? I want to just call this out. And there's some friends of mine who fall in this category. You know what's wild about Buckeyes?
What's that?
A lot of them are Cowboy fans.
I never realized that, actually.
Bro, in my opinion, that's a character flaw, bro. Like, if you are a Cowboy fan and a Buckeye, huh?
Zeke Elliott?
Well, no, I don't think it's. I think it's just. You know what I think it is, bro?
Because they
need to win, or they're not happy. So they go after these teams that are like winners because they can't go through the process or the journey, right? I don't know. I'm still trying to observe it all and understand it, but it's wild to me how many Buckeyes are. I mean, I get it. I get it. The Cleveland Browns are garbage. Cincinnati Bengals are garbage. But like the fucking cow. Listen, I'm a Lions fan, dude. But like, it is what it is. We go through the downs, and now I'm enjoying the up.
That's kind of like my uncle. His advice to my nephew was, well, when your team's not going so well, go root for find another team to root for. I'm like, wow, what a fair weather fan.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Because like, here's the reality: if you stick with your team and you watch them, like Michigan, they had those hard years, bro. When they win, it's so much sweeter.
Oh, it's the most intoxicating thing in the world.
Yeah, exactly. So I ride with my teams. Win or lose, it is what it is. I stick with them.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll never leave.
Michigan all the way. I was there in the Rich Rod. I was there in the Brady Hope.
I was there too. I was there during Lloyd's final years.
Yeah, that's something, man. All right. So you said that you had two final thoughts. You had one, and then you had another.
Oh, but I thought those were my two final thoughts.
Cool. Awesome.
I don't want to tie up the line anymore.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, man, and enjoy your celebration of the victory against the little brother.
Thank you, guys.
Go Blue.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thanks for calling in, bro, and thanks for waiting.
No problem.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
For me too. All right.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
All right.
Hey, by the way, so this right here, January 3rd, 2012, Louisiana's the Sugar Bowl.
Okay.
We beat the fucking Hokies.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
One of the best games I ever went to in Louisiana, man. One of the best games I ever went to.
There you go. All right, Colby, thanks for being here.
Thank you, brother.
Okay. A couple more super chats here. Elisha's asking about Malachi Lee.
Yep. So that looks really good. 2026 offensive tackle, dog, savage. If he was not in Hawaii, which is where he's from, he would be ranked even higher than he is. It's looking very good. He loves Michigan. Michigan loves him. Obviously, a crystal ball by Steve. I think it was Steve Lorenz. If it wasn't Steve Lorenz, forgive me. It's looking good. Michigan is crushing on the trail right now. Shout out to Sam Webb. I'll say that right now. Shout out to Sam Webb. And also, let me say this. I've actually been wanting to say this, John. The beef between EJ Holland and Sam Webb is good for Michigan fans. Here's why. It pushes each of them to be the best at what they do. Yeah. They are both good. They're both good, which is what pisses each other off. And EJ is a bit of a stickler. He gets it, yeah. And he knows it, he owns it. But they're grinding harder because I don't know. Listen, they don't like each other, but the reality is this. They make each other better, right? So that's good for us as Michigan observers. So I am pro beef between the two. Now I don't want to cross a line. Respect as always, but they are both bringing us the best content possible because they want to outdo one another, and that's not a bad thing for us as fans. So shout out to both of them and their beef. I pay respects to it, but I just want to say it's not a negative, it's a positive, although they may think they're in battle with each other. But at the end of the day, we're getting great content from each of them. They're both putting in work, and it's only going to be better for us, the fans of the team. Yeah, I think it's good. You know, what I try to do is take a balanced approach and look at what they're putting out there. Yeah. Alongside what the others are putting out there, because when you look at everybody and you look at now, when they agree on something, that's something to look at, to take notice of, right? If they agree on something and then some other people are backing it up too. Like Shamar Earls. Yeah. Although, but I mean, I won't get into it. If anyone's been following, you'll know the difference between opinion on that. But no, it's good. It's very good, and each one wants to outdo one another, and because of that, they're pushing even harder, which is always good. Competition creates greatness. It's true.
Elisha's saying Big Ten is protecting Ohio State from a whiteout. So the Big Ten protecting Ohio as they have done in the past. Apparently, they are.
Elijah, why do you say that? Is it because it's not a night game? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, because the whiteout is the Penn State night game that is very tough to win.
But isn't the Ohio State game at Penn State?
Yes, but I think it's different. I think it's only a whiteout if it's at night. I think that's the difference. But Elisha can let us know. Joe with the 2, back to the weekly reminder that we are beating Ohio State.
They do whiteouts during the day though. Hey, Joe. John's like, all right. Joe, thank you, Joe, for $2 super chat. And if that happens, fuck it, we're going 5 hours.
Yeah, we are.
Absolutely. We're going all day because it's a noon game
all day long, man. All day long.
Yeah, for sure.
And then before we bring on our Ohio State fan, let's tackle this one from GT. There are more astronauts from Ohio than any other state. What is it about Ohio that makes people want to leave the planet?
It's because it's so goddamn boring, bro. You ever drive through Ohio?
I have.
Claw your eyes out.
Yeah,
Oh my God, when does Kentucky get here? I'll be real though. Once you hit Cincinnati, it's a good time. And there's a reason why Cincinnati is not like attached to Ohio State, by the way, because they know better. But Ohio is a boring ass state, man. If you got to drive to New York or Pennsylvania, fuck. If you got to get down to Florida, fuck. It's a pain in the ass, man.
Well,
and then the cops are looking for the Michigan license plate because they're assholes. Like, what the hell, bro? I'm just trying to get to my location, bro.
That is true,
dude. I've been pulled over like 3 times in Ohio, and I swear I've been driving the speed limit. But what are you gonna do? Sean, they're assholes, right?
JT, drive the fucking speed limit, you motherfucker.
Speed limit, bro. That's just
Stop
a recommendation.
Come on,
it's not reality.
Obey the traffic laws, okay?
Yeah.
It's just some bullshit.
Yeah, no.
Trying to cage a bird, bro.
How you guys doing tonight? I know you're feeling fresh off the rivalry win.
It's a good feeling. We all predicted, all of us on screen, and our Sparty guy that was on from Spartans Illustrated, Ryan Oblenes. We all predicted MSU.
I said we'd win, John.
Moose did.
Just kidding.
All right.
Hey, Moose got it right.
Well, hold on. I gotta watch and see if Colorado bears our hopes, and yes, they did. There they go.
What happened to I'm not even watching Colorado. Or did they win or what?
Yeah. Colorado just went ahead by 11 right now with a minute 40 to go. So it's over.
Hey.
So Cincinnati has no chance.
Colorado's doing pretty good this year, man. You gotta give them credit, man. Like,
no. I'm a Cincinnati fan. I didn't want to see them win. And oh my God, he barely crossed the crossbar here. This would have been 2 yards deeper. He wouldn't have made it. But yeah, cool guys. You guys won tonight. It was a fairly ugly victory, I would say. I mean,
it's beautiful, Sean. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh no,
it little was, brother, man.
Yeah, I mean, you beat little brother. You had a strip sack. They missed a like 25-yard field goal.
Yeah, there were problems.
It was not the prettiest football game in the world. Like, what do you guys take from this? Like,
Sean, how was your football game today? Was your football game?
Good question.
Right, but you won, right?
No,
Sean, you're saying
winning would have been a lot better than losing, but I still feel terrible about what happened today.
I'm sure you do because
it was awful.
Looked pretty bad. I get it.
Yes.
Listen, is there work to do with Michigan? But Sean, listen,
Mm-hmm.
you are an Ohio State fan, but you are a college football fan, and you watch all teams, and you're very savvy, and in terms, you watch it all, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So like, look,
Absolutely.
you're aware of our situation. It's a good victory for us.
It is.
Our quarterback played solid. We're happy.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
And we pointed out, by the way, we did. I mean, we're running almost 3 hours, and like the first hour, hour and a half when we were giving our analysis, and we were definitely pointing out that it wasn't, a perfect game, and some of, especially Wink Martindale, for whatever reason, deciding to put Mason Graham on the edge. Whatever reason, deciding let's go multiple runs up the A gap over and over and over and over and over. There's some predictability that needs to go away against teams like Oregon, teams like Indiana, teams like Ohio State, for sure.
No, absolutely. But I feel like going forward, like how solid. I mean, like you can't be a 10 on a 1 to 10 scale a quarterback situation. You have to be at most at like a 6 or 7 right now.
Yeah, I mean, John, I'm not going to speak for you, but I'd say considering the situation, the way Davis Warren played today, I'd give us a 7. Now, let me say this. I wouldn't say like a 7, like this is a weighted scale here. Like this isn't a 7 week 1. This is a 7 considering the current dynamics.
The debacle of the quarterback room and not getting a portal quarterback at any point. Yes, a
this
7
is where we are, man. Well, we got to survive
the situation. Yes.
Yeah. That's where we are.
So
it's listen, Sean, quite honestly, and I'm going to speak for a lot of Michigan fans, and whether they agree with me or not, in the back of their mind, I think they will. We're just trying to survive, man. We're trying to survive and make the most of the season. We know it's not good. We got work to do. It's sloppy. The coaching staff is not where it needs to be. A lot of the position players need to be upgraded. Wide receiver, offensive line, quarterback. Next year is going to be a bitch with the players we're losing. We're aware, man.
Yep.
Like we are. But there's optimism because the administration, the donors, the collectives are very focused and organized right now. So there's optimism, and we're seeing this in recruiting, and it's only the beginning because the portal hasn't even opened.
Right. And honestly, right now, I don't feel like the situations between your fan base and my fan base, like the reasonable people, are all that different, except we don't have a championship right now.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, everything's built towards this season. And
let me ask you this, Sean.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. How do you feel about your team right now? So let's ask you this, the Buckeye.
Okay.
How do you feel about your team heading into what is potentially a 12-team playoff?
You know what? There was legitimately one person before the entire season that I thought we could not lose. That was just indispensable, and we lost him. I mean, like, Josh Simmons, like he disrupts everything we need to do offensively. Like he's our left tackle, our blindside protector, and if we can't. What was it? Was that?
Is he out for the year?
Yeah, he is. He's definitely. He's completely out for the year.
Okay, I see it. Yeah, I see it now.
And he will. Yeah, he's not coming back. He was not only like a player at a premium position, at a position of ultimate importance. It's a position we didn't have a lot of depth at to begin with. So it was like, I mean, and Zen Mahalski came in. He performed, his heart out, but he's just not there right now. He's not the guy at that position right now. So,
how far do you think you go in the playoffs right now? Do you think you're a national championship team, or do you think you're gonna have some trouble?
No, we have trouble.
I do respect.
Yeah,
I respect the fuck out of it.
absolutely. I mean, like we're not. We are not right now a national championship team. Now, whether we do the Urban Meyer 2014 team, where we weren't a national championship team, when Braxton Miller got hurt, and we rise above it or not, like that's a rare circumstance. You know, I mean,
yeah, that was a special year, dude. It was
Yep.
a special year. Yeah, the Cardell Jones.
Yeah. So I mean, right now, I don't think we're a national championship team. I thought we were, but Josh Simmons was the one guy we couldn't lose. It was the one player we couldn't lose.
Well, would you argue? Okay, let me ask you this:
Uh-huh.
do you think you'd be in a better position? Listen. I'm not trying to wish. I don't wish injury on nobody.
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Except fantasy football. But I'm a savage when it comes to fantasy football. Although I just lost Chris Godwin, son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'm 0-7. I've lost 5 games,
rough.
by less than 5 points.
Bro,
So
I was gonna win my league and I lost Chris Godwin, motherfucker. I'm in $100. I'm in a big payout league right now. Okay, let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
If you lost Jeremiah Smith, do you think that'd be a bigger loss than Simmons or no?
This is the conversation I've had with my friends here. It's really close. I mean, like we are much deeper at receiver than we are at left tackle, potential left tackle felons.
That's true.
That's true. I mean, but Jeremiah Smith is Jeremiah Smith and Will Howard are the two guys that could compete with Will Howard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, hey, we got a fellow Buckeye in the comments, Steve, who is my arch nemesis.
Go ahead.
You need to call in sometime, man. You need to call in, bro, because he's giving you a little. John, I'm gonna pull this up, okay? He's like, so you seek counseling from the rivals, Sean.
He goes on X, so he can't be moderated.
You need to call in, bud. But listen, it's not counseling. We're just talking ball, friend.
No. We are all ball lovers here. That's
I
it.
love college football, dude. Like I do. And like, listen, I don't like Ohio State, but I love the game. And
absolutely.
And
I happen to like both of you guys. Like,
thank you.
It's just it's a disease, I guess.
Steve
I don't know.
He won't admit it though. Steve likes us. That's why he watches us all the time.
Oh.
Yeah, Steve wouldn't watch us if he didn't like us.
I mean,
no, listen, the rivals.
It must just be John's handsome face, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, I'm here for John's handsome face.
Yeah,
that's the reason why I'm here. That's it. But listen, we have a bunch of rivals who watch us, and look, we keep it honest. Look, it is FU, but we respect the rivalry. We appreciate it. And like at the end of the day, like listen. Let's be honest. We have the best rivalry in all of sports, not just college football.
No question.
And because of that rivalry, we make each other better. And without one another, it wouldn't be as fun. Like Michigan State's cool, but they're just our little brother. It's fun to go against a foe who we can look at as an equal. Although, many on the opposite side of the fan bases will say, oh, they're not equals. Fuck those guys, they're beneath us. But the reality is we're powers, we're blue bloods.
Right.
It is what it is. There's a long history between both these programs, and it's beautiful. I mean, the reality is it's a beautiful rivalry.
It is. And it's a beautiful rivalry when you get suspended from school for fighting over the rivalry, right?
What do you mean?
You don't have any experience?
What do you mean?
Getting suspended from school over this rivalry at all?
Michigan, Ohio State?
Yeah.
No. Do I have experience? Or are you talking about? No, I've never been suspended from school because of this rivalry. What are you talking about?
Well, I have. So
wow.
There we go.
That's next level right there.
Okay, fair enough. Well, because listen, I live in Michigan, so
Michigan, so do I. So do I. That's why I've been suspended.
that makes sense. Because, listen, the biggest battles that I face are all Michigan State fans, and we'll go at it all the time. Like when I was in school, we used to go at it because when I was in school, Michigan State was kind of getting upper hand on our ass, you know. So we were battling a little bit. I went to school. Yeah, I mean, like when I went to college, it was definitely Michigan State was kind of running it, you know. But yeah, but I mean, so you, goddamn, what is with these Michigan residents who are Ohio? Sean, what's the matter with you, man? Why'd you go to the dark side? What happened?
No, my dad got transferred here when I was a kid. I had no power in this
decision. In the army or something?
What?
In the army?
No, he was a GMAC employee.
Oh, okay.
And he had to run a car dealership here in Grand Rapids.
Okay.
When I was young.
That's fair. I can respect.
Yeah. So yeah. I'm still in Grand Rapids here. If Darren ever wants to hang out and have a beer,
dude, you and Garrison, are you friends with Garrison? He's on the west side of the state.
Yeah, he and the Scarlet and Blue show. They're South Christian people right there. They live right by me. So
yeah, you guys need to fucking hook up. You guys are both scumbags. You guys
can get along. Hell yeah. Garrison.
You can start a whole scumbag
Garrison.
Yeah. I love Garrison's good. He's good people. You're good people too, Sean.
Yeah. Hey guys. Hey, I appreciate everything here. Happy for your victory tonight, and enjoy yourself, and
thank you.
Take care.
All right, buddy.
Thanks,
Drink
Sean.
for me, buddy. Drink for me.
See you soon.
Take care.
Cheers, Sean. Hey, there we go, John.
Hey, might be rivals, but we can still get along. But fuck those guys.
Bro. Listen. I'm gonna keep this so real.
Yeah.
Steve, I know you hear me. I'll have a beer with you, bro. We'll have a good fucking time watching football. We'll talk a little bit of shit, but at the end of the day, we're all friends, man. At the end of the day, I appreciate my rivals. Unless if anyone's on some bullshit, we can get on some bullshit. But respectfully speaking, I just love I love college football. I love the rivalry, and I don't mind rivals at all. I could honestly have a beer with my rival and just have a good time. It's no issue for me. Yeah, Sean's legit, man.
Yeah, I mean, one of my best friends here at the Voice of College Football is Will ND, Notre Dame fan.
Yeah, well, dude, look,
we just hung out a couple weeks ago.
Mark Rogers, Buckeye. I give him shit all the time. I'm like, look, I got about a month to give you as much shit as I possibly can right now because it could get ugly. But right now I'm gonna give you shit because I can. Three in a row. Take it.
Absolutely. So we have gotten to our 3-hour mark, but we do have one more caller, Michigan Man. So I'm gonna say, Michigan Man, if you can give us, your kind of 2-minute rapid fire of your thoughts on the game here. I'm gonna let you up just because I love this saving crying Ryan. This picture is hilarious.
Yeah.
This is great. I love that. Michigan Man, you there?
Oh, he's there. What's up, Michigan Man? What's good, dog? He's typically calling in, giving us a bunch of shit. What's up, bro? You there?
Oh, no.
The picture is worth it. No big deal.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Well
All
done.
right, Michigan Man. Well, we'll see you next time, brother. We're about to wrap up, but we appreciate you and everybody who made today awesome, who stopped by to celebrate this victory, this big victory over little brother, 24-17. Thanks to the Win Agency and thanks to everybody in chat. Our next show is going to be Tuesday night, Michigan Wolverines live, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to have Spencer McLaughlin on from Locked On Ducks to give the Oregon preview, which should be very exciting.
Fuck those guys.
Fuck those guys, but he's a good dude. But fuck those guys. But yeah. So anyway, final thoughts from you, TJ?
Listen, man. I am extremely grateful and appreciative to be a part of the show with you, John.
Likewise.
This community, our friends, the callers, the people in the chat, everyone watching, everyone I'm connecting with on social media. It's a good time. It is legitimately a good time. I enjoy it. It's a tough year, but it's still fun. We're making it fun. We're having a great time with it. So again, shout out to every single one of you watching, commenting, liking, sharing. John, my friend, you being a part of this with me. I really do. I'm extremely grateful to be in this position to have a show with you guys and fucking talk Michigan football and enjoy the journey, man. We're enjoying the journey. It is what it is. We're going to get through it. There's good things ahead. So let's keep going. But at the end of the day, man, can't wait for Tuesday's show. We're going to bring the heat. I assure you, Tuesday we will have a bunch of recruiting intel. There'll be a bunch. And then obviously Thursday's call-in show. We'll have a bunch for you guys too. Join us, debate us. Let's talk ball. So at the end of the day, man, it is always go blue, John. You know this.
Absolutely. Go blue. You can find our handles here and also at the bottom of this screen. John Diadamo, TJ Ronin.
Yep.
Let's get TJ to your next follower goal. If you want to follow me, you can. We both. So TJ's posts a lot of recruiting stuff, including the famous Bill Belichick. Binoculars.
Yep.
That's always fun. And I post. I'll post stuff about ball. I'll post stuff about other teams, not just Michigan. Like if I'm watching other games, I'll post about that. So you saw some stuff today about Indiana. You saw some stuff today about Ohio barely escaping Nebraska. That was fun. And we just have fun with it. So
yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, that's what it is, though. So again, anyone unsubscribe, please subscribe. We're chasing Ohio State. We greatly appreciate it. Mm-hmm. We're building, we're growing. Anyone on audio, anyone watching us, please rate and review. Give us a comment. Give us a rating. Listen, man. And I told anyone who's watching us right now or going to watch us on replay, where we are is not where we're heading. So if join us on the journey. Let's fucking grow. Let's get this thing, man. Let's get it.
Well said. Check us out on Spotify, Audible, Amazon, Apple Podcast. We had people on all of our platforms today. We had a couple of people on Twitch, X, YouTube.
We got one on Twitch right now.
Yeah, there's somebody on Twitch right now.
Yep.
So how about that? So that's what's happening, and that's because of you guys growing this community. So we'll be back on Tuesday at 8.
Jared Goff.
There we go. How about that?
Jared. Hey.
MVP.
John, let me ask you this. Who's your NFL team, John? I don't even know this.
I got a couple of them. So historically, I'm not as much of a one team. So yeah. I've got the Eagles from my PA roots. I've got the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Oh. That Godwin injury had to hurt you, man.
And Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. stopping by the Tampa Bay Bucks for a couple of years there. Michigan Wolverines.
It was fun. That was
a good time.
It was fun. That was fun.
But I'm very flexible with the NFL team. Like I'll root for the Lions.
John, come join.
I will root for the Lions.
I got a seat for you, bro.
Yeah.
Come sit right next to me, bro.
Okay.
Join the fucking journey, man. Let's go. We're gonna Super Bowl this year. Let's go, John.
I mean,
bro.
I root for Hutch. Like if the Lions are playing a team that I don't give a shit about, especially, I will root for Hutch and the Lions. Couple of teams.
Definitely.
Loki just destroyed my TV and unsubscribed over this. Damn it. Well, I should probably pack it in. That's fine. No, I appreciate Loki. You're the man. Thank you so much for all your contributions, your membership gifts.
We do appreciate it.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
We do.
Go blue and go Lions. Okay, so I said it.
Go.
There you go. GT.
Big game tomorrow, Tennessee. Let's get it.
There we go. All right, everybody. We'll see you Tuesday night. Until next time, go blue.
Go blue.